Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. All people, sign in successfully and get the Frost Dragon Egg at the beginning. Chapter 41. What a pity. It would be great if he changed his profession to another combat profession. I just changed my job to a Dragon Master. At this time, Lu Jinliang, director of the Anning Municipal Education Bureau, expressed regret. When the other principals and teachers heard this, they also looked very sorry. Yes. If you change your profession to another combat profession, with your excellent combat skills and combat intuition, your future achievements will be truly limitless. Just from these careful and subtle battle details, you can actually judge whether a person is suitable for fighting. Obviously, Qin Fan is the kind of person suitable for fighting. But now that he has changed his profession and become a Dragon Master, he cannot contract a dragon. The legendary top dragons all live in forbidden areas that humans cannot set foot on. They are as powerful as gods. An adult dragon can fight against 3 powerful human beings at the 4th level at the same time without losing. If it is a top adult holy dragon, then 1 against 10 is not a problem. Even the Earth Dragon, the lowest rank among the dragon clan, can almost have the strength to rival a rank 4 powerhouse when it reaches adulthood. If the Dragon Master can contract with the likes of Earth Dragons, then this hidden profession will definitely become an extremely powerful combat profession. But it's a pity. The Dragon Master's requirements for contracted dragons are too high. Only dragons with pure blood can contract. And the Dragon Clan with pure blood. At least a dragon at the level of a giant dragon must meet this condition. In summary, Qin Fan's career is considered useless. Currently, no Dragon Master in the world has successfully signed a contract with a Dragon Clan above the Dragon level. However, there are many Beast Masters who are lucky enough to successfully make contracts with Earth Dragons and Flying Dragons. The powerful top dragons are not willing to become slaves of humans at all. Let's keep watching. Let's see how far this Qin Fan can go. For now, he may stop at the 2nd level. After all, although the 2nd level is a level of mobs, they are all enhanced mobs. With Qin Fan's current combat power, although his combat skills are excellent, he cannot effectively eliminate the mobs, which is a bit difficult. Lu Bin said in a deep voice. As everyone knows, now is the college entrance examination for job transfer. It is a fierce competition for thousands of troops to cross the single-plank bridge. Even if Qin Fan can successfully pass the test, it will definitely be much slower than others. That means that even if you pass the level, your results will still be unsatisfactory. But having said that, they can only wait quietly for the results. Within the copy, after quickly clearing the 1st floor, Qin Fan took Su Ru into the dark passage leading to the 2nd floor of the underground tomb maze. As Lu Bin said, the 2nd level is still the mob level. When Qin Fan arrived at the end of the corridor, he pushed open the stone door that was covered with dust. What appeared in front of him was an underground palace. This hall is filled with zombie monsters that look very disgusting. A rough calculation, there are nearly 500 of them. Certainly, the most surprising thing is that among the 500 zombie monsters, except for 100 ordinary zombies buried with them, the other 400 zombies are all mutants. This monster, Steel Zombie. Level 18. Type, humanoid monster. Skills, skin tempering, steel claw tearing, mental roar. Qualification, silver. Remarks, a type that has mutated by absorbing countless yin-chi in underground tombs all year round. Its skin is as hard as steel and its defense is stronger than ordinary zombies. Monster, cursed zombie. Level 18. Type, humanoid monster. Skills, Cursed Claws, Bloodthirsty Halo. Qualification, silver. Remarks, it is a type that has mutated by absorbing countless yin-chi in the tombs all year round, and its attacks contain the power of curses, and it also has the aura to amplify its companions. Monster, Night Zombie. Level 18. Type, humanoid monster. Skills, Charge, Trample, Death Hug. Qualification, silver. Remarks, a type that has mutated by absorbing countless yin-chi in the tombs all year round. During his lifetime, he was a knight guarding the empire, possessing certain combat skills and intelligence. Tricky, very tricky. It is indeed a college entrance examination question formulated by the King of Hell himself. The 1st level is just an appetizer. The beginning of the second level is the highlight that truly tests the level of transfer candidates. 500 monsters. If you are brushing the book alone, you will probably have a headache when you encounter this level. Even in a team situation, it is difficult to deal with it. Mainly because there are too many mutated and enhanced monsters. Suru's pretty face turned pale when she saw this dense group of zombies. This is countless times more difficult than that of the Goblin Village. And this is much different in difficulty than the Secret Realm training conducted in school on weekdays. Certainly, this is also because Chin Fan chose the Hell level difficulty. If you choose normal or hard difficulty, then there may not be such a large number of mobs. But Hell level, it is normal for such situations to be difficult to cope with. 500 monsters. My personal strength is not weak now. I have inherited 20% of Xiaozhou's full attributes, which is enough to deal with these 500 monsters. But that's bound to take a lot of time. If it were normal times, in order to practice my fighting skills, I would fight bravely without drinking. But now we are in the college entrance examination for job transfer. If the time difference is just 1 second, we may drop dozens of places, or even hundreds of places. Then there's only one choice. Chin Fan's thoughts were racing rapidly within this second. Finally, he slowly closed his eyes, clasped his hands together, and shouted suddenly. Xiaozhou, show up. When the words fall, buzz. A large formation containing terrifying magic fluctuations instantly appeared in front of Chin Fan. Hold head high. A deafening and overwhelming dragon roar rang out from this magic formation. The next second, boom, a huge red dragon claw protruded from the magic formation and stepped on the floor of the ancient hall. As if it could not withstand the trampling of this behemoth, it soon became dented and cracked. Immediately afterwards, a huge dragon head with dragon horns poked out from the magic formation, and a pair of golden dragon pupils full of vast majesty scanned the surroundings. In the end, a huge red dragon with a height of more than 10 meters was completely revealed in the hall. Its head jerked up. Boom. The ceiling was smashed by it. A pair of divine eyes, as if overlooking all living beings, glanced at the 500 zombies coldly. Hold head high. The rotten stench caused by the zombie monsters in the hall made Xiaozhou roar with extreme disgust. No order is needed from Chin Fan. Raging, Xiaozhou opened the dragon's mouth directly, and a mouthful of extremely hot flame dragon breath poured out like a wave. Well, when the overwhelming flames poured down, the entire hall was instantly engulfed in flames. The 500 zombies had just woken up, and before they had time to attack the intruders, they could only let out a scream and were burned into nothingness. The bright firelight shone on Suru's pretty face. At this time, she looked dull. Even though she had known the power of the Dragon Clan in advance, she still couldn't help but tremble when she saw the zombies that had frightened her 1 second before disappearing in the next second. Is this the top Dragon Clan? Horrible. It's really terrible. This is already completely standing at the top of all living things. Same moment, outside the copy, when all the leaders, principals and teachers saw on the screen, Chin Fan condensed the beast pet summoning array that they were familiar with. Everyone's expressions were stiff and frozen, and they had even forgotten to breathe. They could only stare at this scene blankly. Beast pet summoning array. It turned out to be a pet summoning array. OMG. Why do these people look like they've seen a ghost when they see this formation? That's naturally because all beast master professions will condense such a summoning array when summoning their contracted beasts. The texture and movement trajectory of the magic circle above, they are all extremely familiar with it. If it were other beast masters who used this beast pet summoning array, they wouldn't be surprised at all. But now the problem is, the person who condensed this beast pet summoning array is Chin Fan, a dragon master. Dragon master. Apart from dragons, what else can the pet that a dragon master can contract be? Hold head high. Sure enough, the next second later, a dragon roar came from the screen that made even the Star Sword Master's scalp tingle. Immediately afterwards, a jaw-dropping giant dragon appeared in front of everyone. I saw that this giant dragon was wrapped in red and hard dragon scales. Under the dragon scales, there were explosive muscles filled with terrifying power. A blazing aura of divine fire lingers around its body, making it look like a high-altitude god of fire. Those golden dragon eyes are full of contempt and contempt for all living things in the world. Dragon. Really a dragon. And it's still a young dragon cub. OMG. Everyone in the rostrum widened their eyes, their pupils filled with unparalleled shock, as if they felt like they were dreaming. This. Lu Bin struggled to pronounce a syllable, but even so, he could still feel the tremor of extreme excitement in this syllable. Others were so excited that they couldn't even speak. This is a dragon. A real dragon. And, looking at its vast dragon power that looks down on the world and makes everyone tremble with fear, it is enough to judge that this dragon is definitely a top dragon clan above the giant dragon level. Qin Fan, he actually successfully signed a contract with a dragon. He became the only dragon master with a dragon in history. Now, Zhao Li, who was Qin Fan's class teacher, couldn't help but stand up from his seat, waved his fists, and shouted excitedly. Principal Luo Yang was breathing rapidly, stood up with a red face, and stared at the majestic fiery red dragon on the screen. He suddenly felt regret in his heart. I still remember. On the day Qin Fan successfully completed the job transfer ceremony, he was still teasing that Qin Fan might still have research value as a dragon master. At that time, all the students laughed. But now, the student he had teased actually contracted a real top dragon and slapped him hard in the face. But even so, Luo Yang still felt that the slap was good. The principals and teachers of other schools around also stared at the screen, their mouths tightened, as if a bomb was exploding in their bodies, but they had to suppress it. And after they saw the fiery red dragon kill all the monsters in the second level with one breath. Hiss. The sounds of gasping for air kept coming and going. What a powerful dragon. When everyone's outlook on the outside world seemed to be shattered, Qin Fan looked at the sea of fire in front of him and couldn't help but smile bitterly. Gawu, Xiaoju, who was more than 10 meters tall, had shrunk in size again, flapped his cute wings, landed on Qin Fan's shoulders, and then rubbed his little head against Qin Fan's cheek very affectionately. Xiaoju's love and affection for Qin Fan were almost beyond words. Su Ru on the side looked at this scene, feeling extremely envious in her heart. But she was more emotional. Qin Fan came to take the job transfer college entrance examination, which was actually a bit redundant. Whenever he shows his dragon pet in front of the leaders of the Education Bureau, he will be directly recruited. Even the 3 top universities begged Qin Fan to let him choose. Be good. After the exam, I will prepare delicious food for you when I go home. Didn't you want to eat roasted suckling pig before? I'll buy you dozens of suckling pigs when you go back, and then I'll give you a delicious suckling pig feast. Qin Fan smiled and rubbed Xiaoju's head. Hey. When Xiaoju heard this, she made a coquettish sound. It seems that this little female dragon still has a strange head. On weekdays, there is always a low roar of arrogant. But if you get along with Qin Fan, he makes cute sounds like a cat, which is really scheming. Let's go, we can't waste time. After all, the genius over there in the provincial capital is not a vegetarian. Qin Fan said calmly to Su Ru. Then he walked quickly towards the passage leading to the 3rd level. Su Ru nodded quickly and followed. Actually, she knew that without her so-called priest, Qin Fan could easily clear this hellish tomb maze alone. It was just because I wanted to give her a ride that I chose to form a team. Su Ru naturally had to keep this favor in mind. At the same time, on several other battlefields, Hu Yibo, who was wearing a golden battle armor, used his shield to resist the zombies' attacks while swinging the battle axe in his hand to chop at the zombies. In just 2 minutes, he passed the 1st level easily. HMPH. The position of number 1 scholar in Anning City must belong to me, Hu Yibo. Su Ru, just cry when the time comes. You teamed up with a useless dragon master. Hu Yibo walked towards the 2nd level with a proud face. He is thinking, the principals and teachers from the outside world will definitely be amazed and applauding his perfect performance at this moment, right? This is inevitable. Who makes him so powerful? The other 2, Tian Jinming and Shang Shuang, who were also clearing the difficult tomb maze alone, also had the same proud idea at this moment. As everyone knows, everyone on the podium, including their 3 principals and teachers, didn't even bother to look at them. Even Lu Bin also directly asked the director not to switch the camera of Qin Fan so that everyone could carefully watch the wonderful performance of Qin Fan and the powerful dragon pet. When Qin Fan took Xiaoju and Su Ru to the 3rd level, Hu Yibo, Tian Jinming and others have just passed the first level. And the difficulty they choose is only the hard level. The difficulty level Qin Fan chose was hell level. Although Qin Fan was in a team, it was obvious that Su Ru's presence was actually dispensable. Even if it is a single brush, Qin Fan can still clear the level with his own dragon pet. Soon, Qin Fan came to the third level. This tomb maze has 6 floors in total. This third floor is the real maze. What appeared before Qin Fan's eyes was a twists and turns of the underground cave. Obviously, this level tests students' perception and direction judgment abilities. However, facing this kind of level, Qin Fan sneered, then stretched out his finger, pointed forward, and said lightly, "Xiaoju, flatten the entire maze in front of me." Hold head high. Xiaoju happily agreed, then flapped her wings and stood in front of the entrance of the maze. Buzz. Then, Su Ru was shocked to see that the dragon body, which was originally the size of a cat, glowed red at this moment, and then grew rapidly at a speed visible to the naked eye. In the end, Xiaoju's body grew to a height of more than 100 meters, and his head even touched the ceiling of this tomb maze. The current Xiaoju has changed too much compared to its previous normal form. First is the body shape. It is larger and more fierce than the state of God fire destroying the world, and the terrifying power that is about to overflow shows the power of Xiaoju. The fiery red scales on its body were dyed with a layer of dark red, as if the dragon scales on its body had been hardened. The entire dragon body not only feels tall and majestic, but also full of ultimate power and beauty. Good. This is the fourth form of Xiaoju, shaking the sky. Hold head high. After the successful transformation of its own form, Xiaoju raised his head and let out a deafening dragon roar, and then, under the amazement of all the outside spectators, this huge red dragon, which was huge enough to cover the sky and the sun, actually used its dragon body to rush towards the maze of underground tombs. Boom! The walls that were used to isolate the passages and that could not be destroyed even by level 30 experts were like tofu, shattering under the collision of Xiaoju's body. Boom! 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 In just 10 seconds, Xiaoju was like plowing a field, plowing out a 2 to 3 kilometers long road. Xiaoju's sprint spans hundreds of meters. After a few steps, the end of this maze is reached. Su Ru, who was standing next to Qin Fan, was completely stunned. She never dreamed that in this level, which tests perception and direction, it only took more than 10 seconds to find the exit under Xiaoju's collision. Don't say it's Su Ru. At this moment, the outsiders Lu Bin, Lu Jinliang, Lu Ouyang and others are the most shocked. They just watched helplessly as the level carefully designed by the King of Hell was turned into ruins in just 10 seconds under the rampage of this fiery red dragon. And the exit of the maze was in front of everyone. Certainly, what shocked them the most was Xiaoju's extremely powerful physique. In the second level, Xiaoju's normal dragon breath instantly wiped out 500 zombie monsters, and it was an instant kill. I originally thought that Xiaoju was a giant dragon that favored magic, but I didn't expect that Qin Fan's dragon pet could actually transform into a giant form that favored power. Good guy. The top dragon with magic and martial arts skills. Wrong. It is very likely to be the top holy dragon. If they were replaced by other beast pets, they would only feel that their outlook on life was shattered. But now I see it as a dragon. Well, that's okay. The power and monsters of the dragon clan are recognized by all human beings and all races. If my teacher saw this scene, his expression would probably be very complicated. It took him half a month to design this level. Unexpectedly, in front of Qin Fan's dragon pet, in less than half a minute, he was cracked by the exaggerated and suffocating collision. After Lu Bin marveled, he showed a complicated smile. After going through this level, there is no need to look any further. Even if Qin Fan forms a team, he will definitely be the top pick in Tianyan province. Lu Jinliang, director of the Anning Municipal Education Bureau, also said conclusively. When the other principals and teachers heard this, they all remained silent, obviously acquiescing to Lu Jinliang's words. Zhao Li and Lu Ouyang are the two happiest people. Zhao Li serves as Qin Fan's class teacher, and Lu Ouyang serves as Qin Fan's principal. These two are directly related to Qin Fan. If Qin Fan becomes the provincial #1 scholar, then the name of Anning City's #1 middle school will definitely be resounding throughout Tianyan province. Now, Qin Fan has already walked towards the fourth level. On the other side, Huibo, Tian Jinming and other geniuses frowned after seeing the densely packed zombie monsters in front of them, with more than 300 in number. Even at the difficult level, there are more than 300 monsters. Buzz. There was no hesitation. Tian Jinming raised the staff in his hand and threw the holy light balls at the zombies one after another. Boom boom. The violent explosion instantly attracted the attention of the zombie monsters. Roar. The zombie monsters roared, and Cheota Jinming rushed towards them. While he hurriedly avoided these zombie monsters, he kept throwing his skills at other zombie monsters. It can be seen that Tian Jinming sings skills very quickly and masters each skill very well. Being recognized as the genius of Anning City is definitely not only due to the support of the family behind him, but also has extremely good skills. Strong strength. After finishing these 300 zombie monsters, a full 10 minutes had passed, and Tian Jinming's mana amount was only 50%. And full of embarrassment, there were even a few scratches on his pure white robe. Obviously, he was also attacked during this battle, but with the armor protecting him, it was nothing to worry about. Haha, I guess Qin Fan and Su Ru can't even pass this level. When I choose the hard difficulty level, there are more than 300 monsters, so wouldn't the hell level difficulty have to have 500 monsters? Even if they can pass the level with great difficulty, it will take at least an hour or more. Tian Jinming smiled coldly in his heart. Several other people thought the same thing. Little did they know, what they regarded as a waste profession had now been pushed all the way and reached the 4th level without any obstacles. I don't know how long I was ahead of Tian Jinming and others. Su Ru held the scepter and followed Qin Fan obediently, trotting all the way. The next thing to face is the elite monster. In the state of shaking the sky, the strength attribute and physical attribute of Xiaoju will reach an extremely exaggerated 3,200 points. But the intelligence attribute will be reduced a lot. Obviously, Xiaoju in this state is more suitable for melee combat. With such terrifying strength and physique, it is estimated that even a second-level expert would not be able to compete head-on with Xiaoju. Only level 63 level experts are eligible for collision. But the problem is, the current Xiaoju is only level 10. Still in his infancy, a young holy dragon is comparable to a level 63rd level human being. If Xiaoju reaches adulthood, I don't know how terrifying it will be. No wonder that before Qin Fan, no human had successfully tamed a dragon above the dragon level. However, some beast masters were lucky enough to sign a contract with a dragon with a relatively weak dragon bloodline. But it's just a contract, and both parties are in an equal state. But now Qin Fan. But it can make Xiaoju execute any order unconditionally. Now, when Qin Fan pushed open the door of the 4th level and walked in, the entire underground palace began to automatically burn candles, and the light illuminated the dim surroundings. But soon, boom, before Qin Fan and Su Ru could see clearly what was inside the hall, it returned to its normal state, and Xiaoju, who was only 30 meters tall, crashed in. At this moment, the dim light from outside shone in, making everything in the hall finally truly reflected. At the end of the hall, there was a giant zombie 6 meters tall standing upright. Certainly, the most eye-catching thing is that this giant zombie has 3 heads and 6 hands. And each hand holds a different weapon. Its body is even more ferocious, with countless suture marks emerging, and you can even see several ferocious human faces on its body. Without any hesitation, Qin Fan directly used the Eye of Appraisal. All the information about this giant zombie was finally presented to him. Monster: Giant Stitched Zombie. Level 21. Type: Humanoid Monster. Skill: Qualification: Gold. Remarks: a man-made experimental product, stitched together from the bodies of hundreds of powerful zombie elite monsters. It is extremely powerful and is good at both melee and long-range combat. Good guy. The elite monsters in the silver level dungeon secret realm actually have the qualification of Gold. And not surprisingly, in order to increase the difficulty, the skills of this elite monster are also deliberately hidden. Qin Fan almost died. It can only be said that he once again had a new understanding of the difficulty of the question set by the King of Hell. But fortunately, for him, this is not a problem at all. At this time, some people may think that you, Qin Fan, actually rely on drinking to be so powerful. If you are allowed to do it alone, you will definitely not be able to compare with others. Qin Fan can only say one thing to people who have such thoughts: you are such a fool. I am a dragon master. If the dragon master profession does not have a dragon pet, doesn't that mean that mages can't use magic, and swordsmen don't have swords? This is Qin Fan's own professional advantage. If you don't accept it, just rely on your luck and change your profession to become a dragon master and try it. Roar. The giant stitched zombie immediately let out a roar, and then without any hesitation, charged directly towards Qin Fan. Even when he saw the blazing holy dragon standing behind Qin Fan, this giant stitched zombie showed no timidity or fear. After all, it no longer has a consciousness of its own. It only knows how to devour and kill all humans who break into the level. No matter how powerful the opponent is, it will never back down. However, no matter how brave and direct this giant stitched zombie is, but in front of Xiaoju, he can still only be reduced to a party favor. Destruction Flameclaw. Hold head high. The moment he received the master's order. Raging, Xiaoju's front paws suddenly burst into flames. The entire hall was illuminated very brightly because of these bright flames. Wow! Facing the charging giant stitched zombie, Xiaoju waved his dragon claw with a look of disdain. Just hear a puff sound. The body of this giant stitched zombie was directly turned into fleshy foam under the dragon's claws, and the fire attribute attack attached to it completely burned the body of this giant stitched zombie. With an understatement of destroying flame claw, this level 21 and gold elite monster was instantly killed. Although Qin Fan had already clearly understood the terrifying power of Xiaoju, seeing it with his own eyes still shocked Qin Fan greatly. If nothing else happens, if he was asked to deal with this elite monster alone, it would take at least 5 minutes. As a result, Xiaoju raised the dragon's claw and gently pulled it. With a pop, the elite monster is gone. Holy shit. This is gone. Outside world. After everyone on the podium witnessed what was shown on the screen, their jaws almost dropped in shock. Good guy. It's so exaggerated. A level 21 gold elite monster. If this is placed on a wild map, it can be used as a boss in the dense forest mountains. I have to mention something here. Regarding the qualifications of monsters. Monsters with higher qualifications not only mean they are more powerful and have higher attributes than other monsters of the same level, but also mean their growth value is higher and the more skills they possess. For example, this golden giant stitched zombie, according to initial estimates, should have exceeded 300 in terms of strength attribute. You must know that Qin Fan has inherited attributes from bloodline fusion, and his current strength attribute has just reached 400. Even so, it would be impossible to deal with this thick-skinned elite monster without a 5 to 6 minute fight. The result was in front of 3 leaders and many principals and teachers. Poof! This monster, which was extremely difficult for even a level 25 expert to deal with, and could even be easily killed, was gone. Gone. This dragon clan is too powerful. Exaggeration. Too exaggerated. And you should also have discovered that this little dragon cub has shown a total of 3 forms. It should be in its normal form now. It's the same as in the second level. It's only 30 meters tall, and it feels like its attributes are extremely balanced. And the rampaging form in the third level was over 100 meters high. It almost broke the ceiling of the tomb maze. The power fluctuations overflowing from its body made even a third-level powerhouse like me feel terrified. There is another form, which is to become as big as a cat and stand on Qin Fan's shoulders. As the star-slaying sword master, Lu Bin's observation skills are naturally extremely good. He was very keenly aware of the changes in attributes of the wine in different states. Everyone, this Qin Fan, a dragon pet in his infancy, actually made the third-level star-slaying sword master feel terrified. This is too strong and unreasonable. When the outside world marvels. Qin Fan in the dungeon has already reached the 5th level with Xiaoju and Su Ru. The first and second levels are monster levels, which test your ability to clear monsters. The third level is a maze, which tests the perceptual pathfinding ability of the level breaker. The 4th level is the elite monster, which tests your output power. And when Qin Fan came to the 5th level, the first thing that caught the eye was a very desolate and empty plain. It is hard for you to imagine that such an amazing plain sight would be opened up in this kind of underground tomb. And there is even a sky here. It seems that this is a special space independently developed by the person who created the question. Mirror within a mirror. A big deal. He actually opened a small secret realm again in the secret realm as the 5th level. But when Chin Fan saw the monster in this level, even he couldn't help but gasp. Standing hundreds of meters away, 10 tall giant stitched zombies were seen. This is not the most critical. The most important thing is, behind these 10 giant stitched zombies, stood a densely packed group of extremely terrifying zombie monsters. At a glance, there were at least 2,000 zombie mobs. 2,000. OMG. Seeing this, Su-Ru's pretty face turned pale. She never dreamed that this 5th level would be like this. 10 elite monsters, plus 2,000 mobs. This is already a shocking army of monsters. Hiss. Even many principals and teachers outside the dungeon couldn't help but gasp after seeing this scene. Hiss. Oh my god, what's going on in this level? Why is it so perverted? Isn't this a secret copy of the job transfer college entrance examination? Why is there such a difficult level? 10 elite monsters, plus 2,000 small monsters, this is already a super class, right? Don't forget, this question was asked by the King of Hell. It's a normal question given by the King of Hell. Being reminded like this, the other principals and teachers fell silent for a moment. It seems that you were right. After all, in this situation, only the existence of the King of Hell would pose such a question. Some time ago, there was a very strange job transfer college entrance examination. In that job transfer college entrance examination, no candidate could pass smoothly. All stop at the penultimate level. The reason is the same as the picture that is presented to everyone now: it is too difficult. It seems that in our Nanzhou province this year, all the candidates who choose the Hell level difficulty level will probably have a hard time. Even Lu Jinliang, director of Anning City's Education Bureau, said with a wry smile. Don't worry, everyone. In fact, the test questions in this scene are specially formulated for those who form a team. If you go through the level alone, only 5 elite monsters will appear, and only 1,000 mobs will appear. If there really is a monster, then this situation can still be overcome by just brushing it. Lu Bin explained softly. However, even after listening to Lu Bin's explanation, the principal and teachers still sighed with emotion on their faces. Because even if the difficulty is halved, this is not something that ordinary candidates can pass. It takes an extremely powerful monster to pass it. Really, the King of Hell himself is a question-provoking monster. And the questions he asked were also designed to test evildoers. For ordinary candidates, let alone passing the test, it would be difficult for ordinary candidates to get a good score. Keep watching. This little guy has a dragon. Just in time for us to see if this little dragon cub can handle the test before us. Lu Bin said expectantly. Lu Bin thinks this level setting makes sense. Monsters. Levels are meant for monsters to break. If the monster is asked to clear some regular levels, how can the power of the monster be shown? So this kind of level is necessary to detect who is the real evildoer. At the moment, although Chin Fan is in a team, the difficulty is twice as high as that of a single player. And the monster health bar will be thicker. To put it bluntly. In fact, Chin Fan is no different from playing a single dungeon now. Although Su-Ru was added as a priest, all Su-Ru did during the whole process was just to add some small buffs to Chin Fan. Facing this overwhelming legion of monsters and the giant stitched zombies as tall as mountains, this small buff bonus is dispensable. Let's see if he can continue. Within the secret realm, Chin Fan looked at the group of monsters in front of him. Although he was stunned for a moment, a touch of joy appeared on his face. The reason is very simple, because the more monsters there are, the more experience he and Xiaoju will gain. The rewards for secret realm dungeons are basically calculated after the final pass. Small wine, here you go. Chin Fan didn't hesitate and gave the order directly. The main reason is that there are too many monsters. If Chin Fan kills them by himself, it can be solved, but it will take too long. The difficulty of this level is extremely difficult for others. But for Chin Fan, sorry, I have a dragon. Hold head high. When Xiaoju received the master's order, a dragon roar resounded, and then, with a shake of its wings, it jumped from Chin Fan's shoulder to high in the air. Buzz! A huge magic array emerged. Then the fiery red light bloomed in the sky like fireworks. Xiaozhou's body began to be surrounded by blazing divine fire, and his size increased in the wind, reaching a height of 50 meters. However, this time Xiaozhou had no intention of jumping off the ground. It began to spread its wings, and its body that covered the sky swept across the gloomy and sunless sky. The red flames all over its body were enough to light up the entire world. Sacred fire destroys the world form. Golden lines of divine fire emerged from Xiaozhou's huge body, exuding an extremely fiery aura. Even the whole world became hot because of the blooming form of Xiaozhou. Hold head high. With a dragon roar, it flew directly towards the group of monsters like a bomber. Ho ho ho. The group of zombie monsters and giant stitched zombies under the ground saw a ball of divine fire rushing from the sky, and they all let out ungrateful roars. However, no matter how they riot, how they jump up, or how they throw their weapons, they are unable to touch this powerful and noble lord of the sky. There is no need for Qin Fan to give orders at all. Xiaozhou himself had already opened the dragon's mouth and spit out the shocking dragon breath of destruction from high in the sky. Raging, the terrifying dragon's breath, like lava, poured over the zombie army in an instant. Well, destroy everything. Instant kill. Xiaozhou once again showed his strength in front of everyone. A breath of dragon breath continued to be exhaled, like destructive lava pouring out from the sky. In just half a minute, this frightening and scalp-numbing zombie army was completely submerged in the raging sea of fire. Even the 10 giant stitched zombies couldn't resist the destruction of this dragon's breath. You know, Xiaozhou's wisdom attribute has now exceeded at least 3,000. This is all due to the magic increase brought by the divine fire world-destroying form. Facing this group of mobs whose magic resistance may not exceed 200, this divine fire breath is undoubtedly devastating. He can only suffer death obediently, unable to resist at all. Xiaozhou looked at the sea of fire below and was very satisfied. These disgusting guys deserve to be destroyed. It was also afraid that there were monsters that had not been cleaned up, so it circled in the sky again until it could no longer sense the presence of any monsters, then it returned to its original little cute form and landed on Qin Fan's shoulders. Gawu, the small whine, which had returned to the size of a pet, fell on Qin Fan's shoulder. His screams became coquettish, and he rubbed Qin Fan's face very affectionately. It seems to be expressing, "Master praises me. Master praises me. Xiaozhou is great. Thanks to you, I was able to pass the level so smoothly." In this regard, Qin Fan naturally had no stingy praise. He patted Xiaozhou's little head very humiliatingly. Su Ru on the side once again felt envious in her heart. It would be great if she could also have such a dragon pet. But then I thought about it. It seems that even if there is a dragon, I can't make a contract. I am only a priest, not a dragon master. And if you want to contract with a dragon, you have to pay attention to fate. Not everyone can contract. Thinking of this, Su Ru could only sigh helplessly. Outside world, the principals and teachers on the podium once again fell into silence and dead silence. Although in their eyes, the difficulty of this level is a bit too high. But when they saw Xiaozhou once again showing his invincibility in different forms, they were still shocked beyond measure. I thought the question asked by the King of Hell was evil enough. Unexpectedly, Qin Fan turned out to be even more perverted. Depend on. It's completely unreasonable. I feel like no matter how evil you were in the last level, you can't stop Qin Fan. At the same time, he is also very likely to become the best recorder of the Secret Realm copy of the Tomb Maze. In other words, he will definitely break the record, and we will soon witness history. As Qin Fan's class teacher, Zhao Li couldn't help but said excitedly. No way. A dragon master with a dragon is really scary. Push all the way. Unreasonable. The so-called tactics, the so-called difficulty levels, the so-called tests, seem to be nothing in front of the dragon clan. It is indeed an existence that stands at the top of the biological chain. Congratulations in advance for winning the first prize. You have such a unicorn. What's funny is that we actually thought the dragon master of your number one middle school was a loser at first. Here, I also want to say I'm sorry. At this time, a principal of No. 3 middle school stood up and bowed his hand to Luo Yang and expressed his apology. Me too, me too. We shouldn't draw conclusions too early. It seems like it's just a slap in the face for us old guy. I have to apologize here too. Same. The other principals and teachers who had once laughed at the Dragon Master of No. 1 middle school all apologized quickly at this moment. It's impossible not to apologize. Who made this Dragon Master really rise? And they were not apologizing to the principal, but to Chin Fan. Apologize for their previous behavior of laughing at Chin Fan. This Dragon Master is destined to rise. If you don't apologize now and wait for someone to rise up completely and become a big boss, then if you recall that you were laughed at by some people in high school, what should you do if you go back and take revenge? Apologize quickly. Haha, it's just a misunderstanding, just clear it up. Luo Yang smiled stiffly. In fact, wasn't he once very disappointed with Chin Fan? They didn't even give Chin Fan any hidden career subsidies, just because they felt that there was no possibility of him rising. You must know that Dragon Kingdom's Double 10 compulsory education stipulates that students who successfully transfer to hidden occupations must be rewarded with certain resources. As a Dragon Master, Chin Fan also has a hidden profession and should be rewarded with resources. But the number 1 middle school didn't apply because they felt Chin Fan couldn't rise. No, after the college entrance examination is over, I have to come to the door in person and apologize properly. Luo Yang made up his mind. When a series of things are happening in the outside world, Chin Fan finally reached the last level. It is the deepest part of the underground tomb maze. In the center of the maze of underground tombs, stands a magnificent palace. When Chin Fan took Xiaoju and Su Ru into the palace. Who dares to break into my imperial mausoleum? A loud shout sounded suddenly. I saw a tall figure standing in the middle of the golden palace. This figure was wearing a golden dragon robe and a luxurious crown. He had a square face, but his skin was an ashen color. The strong coercion exuded from his body permeated every corner of this palace. Chin Fan directly used the Eye of Appraisal skill on him. Monster. Tyrant's Corpse. Level 30. Type. Humanoid monster. Skill. Qualification. Gold. Note. The emperor of an ancient empire was a cruel tyrant during his lifetime. After his death, he was riddled with evil deeds and eventually turned into a corpse, imprisoned here forever. Good guy. Chin Fan could only call him a good guy. The final boss of the silver level secret realm is actually a monster with a qualification as high as gold. Completely super. I'm afraid its 4-dimensional attributes have all reached 500. It's 100 points higher than Chin Fan's current attributes. And the most important thing is that the level of this tyrant's corpse has reached the terrifying level 30. If Chin Fan were to fight him alone, he might not be able to defeat him. What the hell, is this year's college entrance examination so difficult? However, although he was surprised, Chin Fan was very calm. He is a dragon master, and he is also a dragon master with dragons. Afraid of him. What makes Chin Fan even more happy is, the more difficult the level, the more experience you will gain by clearing it. This is a good thing. Su Ru on the side was once again glad that she had hugged Chin Fan's thigh. Fortunately, I didn't let him go. HMPH. Never mind. I have been lonely for countless years, and I haven't tasted human flesh and blood for a long time. It's just the right time for you to feast on me. Someone is coming. When the angry roar of the tyrant's corpse fell. I'm here. Wow. In the originally empty golden palace, thousands of corpses of generals in different costumes appeared out of thin air. In this splendid underground palace, countless mobs appeared in all directions in an instant. Compared with the 5th level, the number of mobs in this final level has reached an astonishing number of nearly 10,000. The most surprising thing is, in front of these zombie monsters, there are dozens of soul figures. These soul figures are all the robes of ministers in ancient times, which is enough to show that these should be the subordinate subjects buried with the tyrant's corpse. I have to say, it's not unreasonable that this boss is called the dead tyrant corpse. This kind of behavior really deserves the word cruel. Chin Fan looked at the monsters around him with great interest, and at the same time, he also saw through the information of these leading elite monsters whose qualifications and levels were definitely not weaker than those of the giant stitched zombies. Monster. Wang Chen's Resentful Soul. Level 25. Type. Humanoid monster. Skills. King's Order, Curse Ball, Soul Absorbing Technique. Qualification. Gold. Note. he was once a subordinate minister of the tyrant, and was later buried here. He absorbed countless yin energy in the underground tomb all year round and turned into a resentful soul. Monster. General's corpse. Level 25. Type: humanoid monster. Skills: command charge, trample, self-destruction, huge slashing, swordsmanship proficiency. Qualification: gold. Remarks: he was once the tyrant's most effective general, and was later buried here. He absorbed the yin energy of this place and turned into a corpse. Monster. Night corpse. Level 23. Type: humanoid monster. Skills: spear flurry, charge. Qualification: gold. Remarks: the elite troops of the general's corps were buried here together. They also turned into corpses and were good at charging on horseback. It is indeed a boss level. Elite monsters of these levels alone are enough to cause big trouble that is difficult to solve. Especially the nearly 10,000 zombie monsters, which are simply impossible for an ordinary team to pass. Only those geniuses from the provincial capital team up together to clear a level of this difficulty. Perhaps the King of Hell felt that the annual job transfer college entrance examination questions were too simple, so he deliberately sent such questions. But Chin Fan knew that as long as it was such a difficult test question, he would have unique skills to pass it. After all, this group of monsters in front of them is beyond what an ordinary team can survive. Even the talented people from the provincial capital would find it difficult to deal with it if they were working alone. Therefore, Chin Fan guessed that there must be some mechanism to reduce the difficulty in this level. In other words, it is a mechanism that can prevent the tyrant's soul from summoning mobs to charge. Of course, even if Chin Fan knew that there was such a mechanism, he was too lazy to look for it now. The reason is simple: he just wants to kill all the mobs directly. You know, now the experience gained from killing monsters is all settled together after clearing the level. Under this situation, Chin Fan was unwilling to waste any monster's experience. Besides, he still has some wine. As a dragon master, do you need to consider anything else when changing jobs in a copy of the college entrance examination? Just push it all the way across. Xiaoju just lay on Chin Fan's shoulder. Facing these densely packed zombie monsters and the tyrant's corpse, it didn't even bother to raise its eyelids and just grunted beside its master. Su Ru was quite frightened. After all, she did not expect that thousands of troops would actually emerge from the final level. Fortunately, she could force herself to calm down. Not only could she help Chin Fan, but at least she would not hold him back. Xiaoju, this scene of thousands of troops and horses is just right for you to have fun. Come on, continue to try the form that shakes the sky, and see if these monsters can survive your collision and trampling. Chin Fan smiled and gave the order. Hold head high. Xiaoju never disobeys his master's orders. Now that the two parties have signed a contract, Xiaoju believes that his master Chin Fan is everything to him. No matter who it is, if anyone dares to hurt its owner, it will tear the opponent to pieces with its sharp dragon claws. After receiving the order, Xiaoju immediately showed his sky-shaking form. The previous maze was too dark, so outsiders could not clearly see Xiaoju's true appearance in this form. And now, in this splendid underground palace, the extremely luxurious buildings shine with dazzling brilliance. It also completely illuminates Xiaoju's sky-shaking form. Buzz! Xiaoju's body size surged at this moment. It was originally only about the size of a cat. When it flapped its wings and arrived at the center of the square in the underground palace, it had grown to a height of 100 meters, and it could be said that it stood tall on the sky. At this moment, the fiery red scales all over his body seemed like magma that had been burned by high temperature, and then cooled and carbonized directly. The carbonized scales seemed to be worn on the body like a thick layer of metal armor, showing an extremely domineering and top-level defense. The drink in this state no longer has any cute feeling, but instead gives people a sense of fear of the arrival of the god of destruction. Even its dragon claws turned gray and black. The whole thing looks like it has transformed into a giant steel-armored dragon. Roar! The deafening roar of the dragon roared through the underground palace, and even Su Ru had to cover her ears. After everyone in the outside world witnessed Xiaoju's sky-shaking form in the picture. This completely refreshed their outlook on life. Is this a dragon? This is the dragon. This Chin Fan plans to use the most brutal and direct method to crush everything in this level. When others see such a terrifying level, the first thing they think of is to directly find a mechanism to weaken the monster. But with Chin Fan, there is no need to think about anything more. Opportunistic, looking for an agency. Sorry, I don't need it. Good guy. This majestic posture of 100 meters high is really more surprising than the monster. Yes, can anyone make a preliminary estimate of the attributes of this dragon now? When these words are spoken, all the principals and teachers, including the two big guys from the Anning City Education Bureau, turn to look at Lu Bin in the middle. Because he is the only third-level person on the rostrum. It also shows that he must have seen much more scenery and experience than them. The circles of contact will also be different. Based on the sense of majestic power permeating this dragon's limbs, its strength attribute must be at least nearly 4,000 points. Moreover, its defensive attributes are definitely the best among the best. This posture is like being possessed by black gold armor, as if it was born for close combat. When Lu Bin finished speaking, hiss, everyone gasped. Is it so exaggerated, even if it comes from Lu Bin's mouth? The other principals and teachers are still in a state of confusion. They told themselves in their hearts that no matter how terrifying a dragon in its infancy was, it should not have such terrifying attributes. But the reality in front of them slapped them hard, and then told them that this dragon is so awesome. Even the star-slashing sword master looked on with shock, let alone them. And they also know that their experience is definitely far inferior to that of the star-slaying sword master. Then what Lu Bin said is probably true. This is a dragon in its infancy. After changing its form, it can actually increase its power attribute to nearly 4,000. This, abnormal, really perverted. Look carefully, although its strength and physical properties have been strengthened in this form, its wisdom properties have been greatly weakened at this moment. The final conclusion can be drawn. This giant crimson dragon has 4 form changes, one is biased toward magic, the other is like this, biased toward physical attacks and melee combat, and the other 2 are 30 meters in normal form. Height, and cute posture in kitten form. Lu Bin is worthy of being a student of the King of Hell. After just watching it for a while, he had already figured out the morphological changes of this juvenile dragon pet. Mainly because since Chin Fan took out this dragon pet, all the principals and teachers present were too lazy to focus on other students' exams. Instead, they were all put into Chin Fan's exam. After all, this was their first time witnessing a high-ranking dragon cub. Look, Chin Fan is about to give the order and let this little dragon cub crush everything. At this time, a teacher exclaimed. Immediately afterwards, everyone was shocked to see Chin Fan find a place to hide after asking Su-Ru to buff himself. Then he jumped on top of Xiaozhou's head. Standing 100 meters above the ground, you can even feel the cold wind blowing from the maze of underground tombs. Looking down, the army of corpses that originally amazed me turned into tiny ants at this moment. Is this what it means to be cold at high places? Chin Fan, who was standing on Xiaozhou's head, couldn't help but sigh. He finally experienced Xiaozhou's perspective on other creatures. From this perspective, everything seems to be an ant. This feeling is really too exciting. No wonder Xiaozhou always raises her head arrogantly when looking at other people, using her nostrils to treat other living beings. Under this kind of sight that sees all the mountains and small mountains at a glance, no one can suppress the arrogance in their hearts, right? Human, what are you riding on? Different from previous levels. The tyrant corpse in this level obviously retains a certain amount of intelligence. When it saw Xiaozhou's true form, for some reason, a long-lost sense of fear resurfaced in its heart. No, impossible. He is a world-famous emperor. He is also a terrifying tyrant and murderous god. How could you be frightened by the human beings in front of you? Wrong. Not scared by this human being. I was frightened by the dragon in front of me. For the first time, it felt its own insignificance. It was as if under the contempt of this giant dragon, it felt a strong death threat rising from its heart. Maybe it comes from the fear in my heart. It didn't even choose to let all its subordinates charge and fight against the 100-meter-tall monster dragon. What a guy. It actually really shaken the soul of this tyrant, so much so that it fell into fear and didn't dare to let its subordinates charge. This is exactly a small mechanism in this level arranged by my teacher. As long as this tyrant corpse can be made furious, it will personally kill the intruders and will not order the mobs to charge. And if you can make the tyrant's corpse fall into fear, then it will lose the passive skill of Emperor's Courage, which is equivalent to losing the prestige belonging to the Emperor. Then the elite monsters around will not obey the orders of this tyrant's corpse. Lu Bin from the outside saw the tyrant's corpse showing a rare expression of fear, so he explained softly. Everyone listened. Suddenly, I see. No wonder this level is so difficult. The emotion is due to the mechanisms being arranged in advance. This can prevent these mobs from charging madly. Actually, this kind of mechanism skill that uses mechanisms and tricks to avoid the triggering of certain monsters is found in many secret realms. Some of the more difficult secret realm dungeons usually have small mechanisms that can be cracked. As long as this small mechanism is found and triggered, the mechanism of the secret realm will become very simple. At the moment, unexpectedly, Qin Fan's dragon shocked the tyrant's dead body before he took action. Is this how scary dragons are? And this time, Qin Fan in the secret realm doesn't care whether the other person is afraid or not. In his eyes, these groups of monsters are equivalent to Bai Wawa's experience points. Once this tyrant corpse is killed, it is estimated that these mobs will also turn into dust together. So, Xiaoju, charge directly, crush all the little ants under your feet first, and then crush the big ant. Hold head high, Xiaoju responded, saying, I know. Then, boom, when Xiaoju took the first step, a giant dragon claw pit 3 meters deep appeared on the ground of the palace instantly. Those are the footprints left by Xiaoju. And more importantly, as it took steps, the entire palace began to tremble. The group of zombie monsters closest to Xiaoju didn't even have a chance to move before they were shattered by the powerful aftermath of the shock. At this moment, Xiaoju's actual strength attribute has reached 4,500. Fear, extremely scary. Of course, this is an attribute that can only be possessed in the form of shaking the sky. If Xiaoju returns to its normal state, its attributes will be balanced. But I have to say that this clear division of power and magic has indeed provided convenience to Qin Fan. At least Qin Fan can freely switch between magic and physical forms. Boom, and the second kick has already fallen. Aha! Another zombie mob died. After the group of equally intelligent dead generals and the resentful souls of the kings and ministers felt the devastating destruction, their faces suddenly changed and they retreated. However, before he could leave, a huge black gold dragon tail swept away towards the ground like the scythe of death. Aha! This time, there were even more casualties. Kuchbu estimated that Xiaoju killed at least 1,000 zombies with such a flick. In just one sweep, more than 1,000 zombie monsters were eliminated, accounting for 10% of all mobs. This is just because these monsters are not close together. If they all come together, then this single sweep will be enough to wipe out all the mobs. Gawu. Under everyone's disbelieving gaze, Xiaoju also became playful when he saw the zombie monsters that were swept to death by his tail. Then those huge golden dragon eyes flashed with a playful look that only a child would have. Apparently, the final level, which is regarded as a fatal situation among many candidates, is like a playground for children to play in Xiaoju's eyes. This method of directly destroying the vitality of all monsters is very consistent with the destructive character of the Dragon Clan. I want to say who was the most shocked at the scene. In fact, apart from the outside audience, there is only the corpse of the tyrant who is the final boss. It looked at its army of undead and found that it was so vulnerable in front of this dragon. Qin Fan looked at the sluggish corpse of the tyrant and could better understand its mood at the moment. The invincible army of zombies was as fragile as paper in front of this monster-like dragon. Actually, sometimes Qin Fan is also thinking, since he is a dragon master, why can't he control the dragon in the myths and legends of the Dragon Kingdom? But I quickly changed my mind. How could we, the dragon god of the Dragon Kingdom, be subdued and controlled by a mere first-order mortal? Only the Western Dragon, the Holy Dragon, can be controlled. Of course, the main reason is that humans have not yet been able to find traces of the Eastern Dragon. So far, no one in the world knows whether the Eastern Dragon exists or not. If it exists, in which forbidden area does it exist? For current humans, it is really too difficult to explore. But no matter what, now Qin Fan is very satisfied. At least after having Xiaoju, my salty life has finally changed. He thought he would live an ordinary life and become a cook honestly, but he didn't expect that God would give him a chance to make a comeback. Then he must seize this opportunity and make a complete turnaround. Hold head high. As if feeling his master's fierce fighting spirit at this moment, Xiaoju also roared at this moment, and then charge. Boom. Xiaoju just dragged his huge body and sprinted towards the direction where the tyrant's corpse was. The ground cracks. Building collapse. The zombie army all died under Xiaoju's trampling charge. Nothing can stop Xiaoju from charging like this. Fight with you. Coming to the end. The dead body of the tyrant also aroused a trace of fighting spirit, mustered up the courage, and rushed towards Xiaoju. The result is snap. With just one kick, Xiaoju crushed him into a pulp. Buzz. But at this moment, a faint golden light appeared on the body of the tyrant's corpse. This faint layer of golden light contains extremely majestic vitality. In Qin Fan's surprised sight, this level 30 gold 5-star boss actually reorganized his body, and after 2 seconds, he stood in front of Xiaoju again. Advanced rebirth. Only monsters above level 30 have life-saving skills. As a dungeon secret realm under the hell difficulty of the job transfer college entrance examination, it is normal to have this life-saving skill. Only, snap. What greeted the tyrant's corpse was an extremely impatient kick from Xiaoju. To the tyrant's corpse, even if it was just 1 foot of Xiaoju, it was as huge as covering the sky and the sun. With one kick, not to mention the dead body of the tyrant, even the ground of the entire palace cracked. Looking back, the palace built in the underground tomb is already in a mess, with the broken limbs of zombie monsters everywhere. As for those elite monsters, they were all killed by Xiaoju's devastating collision. For the elite monsters like resentful souls, drinking wine is also very simple. A mouthful of extremely simple fire dragon flames are spat out at them overwhelmingly. Although Xiaoju's magic damage is greatly reduced in the state of shaking the sky, it is still enough to deal with these resentful soul elite monsters. So far, the final level was enough to make all the candidates look frightened. All the monsters inside were completely destroyed under the crushing power of Xiaoju. In fact, if I hadn't had a little drink and had some fun in the middle, the solution would have been faster. But even so, Qin Fan knew that he was definitely the fastest team to clear the level, bar none. Even those talented people who challenge alone will definitely not get higher scores than him. No matter it's the clearance time or performance rating. Qin Fan is definitely number 1. Be good. In addition to the roasted suckling pig, I will give you some roasted whole lambs. Cumin, spicy, and soy sauce will all satisfy your taste. Qin Fan smiled and touched Xiaoju's head. Gawu. When Xiaoju heard this, he narrowed his eyes happily. It's just a snack. Previously, for a bottle of divine fire chalcedony, he was actually willing to sign a contract with Qin Fan. Of course, this was also because it felt a comfortable feeling like warm sunshine from Qin Fan. It subconsciously felt in its mind that following this master, it would be very happy in the future. So the contract was signed. At this time, Xiaoju trembled all over. Click click click. Qin Fan was surprised to see that countless steel scales fell off Xiaoju's body shell. After the steel scales fell off, they turned into dust, and at the same time, red dragon scales grew rapidly on Xiaoju's body. Gawu. At this time, Xiaoju let out a cry of satisfaction, and then slowly shrunk in size. Qin Fan understood what Xiaoju meant. Probably because after killing the zombie monster, those disgusting things were stained on the dragon scales, so it no longer wanted the original layer of dragon scales and transformed itself into a new layer of scales. Judging from the majestic vitality of the dragon clan, it is indeed not difficult to achieve this. Bite. At this moment, the notification sound from the secret realm finally sounded slowly. Congratulations to the new student Qin Fan for successfully clearing the silver level secret realm dungeon, Maze of the Tomb. Current level difficulty, Hell level. The clearance time is 12 minutes and 56 seconds. Performance rating, SSS level. Duration rating, SSS level. Comprehensive rating, SSS level. Your scores have been successfully uploaded to the Longguo Career Transfer College Entrance Examination Data Center database. Rewards for clearing the secret realm will be distributed in 1 minute. Please accept it in time, new student Qin Fan. Call. Until now, Chin Fankai finally breathed a sigh of relief slowly. Very good. Finally, I completed the first task given by the system, to get excellent results in the job transfer college entrance examination. I just don't know what the system will reward this time. But I'm too lazy to think too much. Anyway, it should be enough to just stay here and wait for the reward. Outside the examination room, the rostrum fell into silence again. All the leaders, principals, and teachers seemed to have turned into statues, with horrified expressions on their faces, staring at the picture on the screen in disbelief. What the hell? OMG. The final level with nearly 10,000 mobs. Was he actually wiped out by the group just like that? And the key is that the giant dragon seems to have no use of any skills, right? It just uses its invincible dragon body to run rampant in the level. You can even see the playful look in its eyes like a child in the middle. The level 30 golden 5-star boss. Even if the principal present at the scene is asked to deal with it, it seems extremely difficult. After all, in this extremely remote 4th and 5th tier small city, the principal and teachers are not much stronger. It's already good to have the strength to have a second turn. But the boss, which was so difficult to deal with and so super class, was defeated in seconds. And after the second resurrection, he was killed again. It's really shocking. On this day, all the principals and teachers present finally realize the power of the Dragon Clan. It seems that even if the test questions issued by the King of Hell are beyond the standard, Qin Fan's dragon is still not above the standard. Lu Jinliang, director of the Anning Municipal Education Bureau, couldn't help but sigh. Super class. This is what Director Lu Jinliang said about this dragon. At the same time, it is also an evaluation of Qin Fan who can make a contract with the Dragon Clan. Dragons are certainly powerful. Perhaps Qin Fan, who took such a powerful dragon as his pet and made him obey his words, would be even more powerful. You know, even those legendary level 100 beast masters, when they signed a contract with the sub-dragon species, it was not this kind of master-pet contract. It is a very equal, alliance contract. In other words, even the top beast masters have not achieved the feat of subduing such a powerful top dragon clan like Qin Fan. Time of 12 minutes and 56 seconds. Plus all ratings or SSS. You don't need to look anymore. The #1 scholar in Nanzhou province this year belongs to him. Lu Bin also said solemnly at this moment. The other principals and teachers also nodded quickly. Especially Luo Yang and Zhao Li couldn't help laughing. I didn't expect that. The small city of Anning actually broke the previous historical record of the college entrance examination for job transfer, and a veritable provincial champion appeared. Previously, the best record in Anning City's job transfer college entrance examination was that a hidden professional spirit master got 8th place in that session's job transfer college entrance examination. And that was decades ago. Now, the Dragon Master, who was regarded as a useless profession by everyone at the beginning, overcame obstacles and crushed him all the way to win the provincial champion crown that had never appeared in Anning City. Certainly, nowadays it's just a matter of popping the champagne halfway. Whether he can really achieve the position of #1, everyone present can only say that there is a 99% probability. The remaining 1% probability is left with a certain margin. After all, what if an extremely evil genius appears in the capital city of Nanzhou province or other cities? But no matter what, this is a good thing for Anning City. Because here they have a dragon master who owns a dragon. This is the first dragon master with a dragon in history. Remember to keep it secret. Don't reveal anything about Qin Fan's college entrance examination recording. As well as his successful contract with the real top dragon clan, we must keep it a secret. If anyone dares to leak it, don't blame me for ruthlessly killing him. This moment, Lu Bin's eyes full of murderous intent and warning glanced at all the principals and teachers present. Hiss. Feeling the fierce killing intent of the star-slashing sword master, all the principals and teachers couldn't help but tense up. This is no joke, considering how strictly the Dragon Kingdom keeps information about job transferees confidential. Whoever dares to leak it will really be hunted down by the whole country. The Dragon Kingdom values and protects the future talents, especially those who have not yet grown up. Because everyone knows that the future stage of Dragon Kingdom is destined to belong to this group of young people to perform. So, Longguo has already stipulated that the recording of the transfer college entrance examination is not allowed to be made public every year, and the principals and teachers who are qualified to come to the scene to observe and supervise the examination are also very important people in the local area. It must be kept secret. After all, this is the first special example of successfully taming a top-level dragon in human history. Besides, when the little guy comes out later, we have to talk to him. Lu Jinliang nodded, expressing his full approval. If this news spreads, he can guarantee that all countries will be excited. That is the top dragon clan. Not an earth dragon. Not a flying dragon either. Not even Yulong. Rather, it is a top-level existence above the dragon level, and may even be a holy dragon. Before this little guy has really grown up, he really can't be too public. And when these principals and leaders were discussing with each other solemnly, within the copy, buzz, a vast golden beam of light fell from the sky. Then items were generated one by one from the golden light. At the same time, the sound of the spirit of the secret realm also sounded in my mind. The eye of appraisal scanned it directly, and the reward information appeared directly in front of my eyes. Fearless warrior, congratulations on clearing the secret realm dungeon of the crypt maze. The following are exclusive rewards for clearing the secret realm. Reward 1, 15W experience points. Reward 2, 200 skill points, 200 free attribute points. Reward 3, a title of Tomb Robber King. Reward 4, Yinfang armor 3-piece set armor, belt, leggings. Reward 5, Command Scepter of the Tyrant's Corpse level 25, gold. Reward 6, Enchanted Orb of the Tyrant's Dead Corpse X1. Reward 7, B-level rare material, Heart of the Tyrant's Corpse, ×1. Rich. Incredibly rich. Let's not talk about other rewards, just talking about the 15W customs clearance experience is enough to make Qin Fan feel a deep surprise. Su Ru, how much experience have you gained? Qin Fan asked softly. I gained 5W experience points, which is already a lot. Su Ru's bright and pretty face also showed a rosy color of joy. 5W. Qin Fan murmured to himself. It seems that this secret realm dungeon is different from the previous Goblin Village dungeon. Experience is distributed according to contribution. Although it can be said that Su Ru played a small role in this secret realm attack. But it's still a big effort. And there should also be a minimum experience reward threshold, which is 5W. Otherwise, if the distribution is purely based on contribution, it is estimated that Su Ru's ability to get 1W experience is considered a blessing from God. What do you want from these rewards? Qin Fan asked with a smile. No, I can get experience points and attribute points as rewards, which is already very good. I also got a very good college entrance examination score. I'm satisfied, all these things are yours. Su Ru is also very self-aware. She knew that without Qin Fan, she would not even have the courage to enter the hell level difficulty, let alone pass the level. Where do you have the nerve to distribute supplies? I'll give you this level 25 golden scepter. I won't be able to use it anyway. Although Su Ru was very self-aware and refused the distribution of supplies. But Qin Fan is not a stingy person. This, I can't have it. It's too expensive. Su Ru covered her mouth and said, really, if this level 25 gold quality scepter were to be sold, the starting price would definitely be over 80 million dragon coins, not to mention the price. This is still the starting price. Mainly because there are too few equipment and skill books circulating on the market. Especially in Anning City, not to mention level 25 gold level equipment, even level 20 good equipment is rarely available. It was under this circumstance that equipment and skill books were once sold at sky-high prices. It is simply not something that ordinary families can afford. I am the captain. Since I assigned it to you, just take it honestly. Qin Fan couldn't help but threw the golden scepter towards Su Ru. This action is like throwing away a piece of garbage. Su Ru quickly and carefully took it, examined it carefully, and was slightly moved. It is indeed gold level equipment. The enchantment effect and the blessing of wisdom attributes contained in it have far surpassed the scepter the family made for her. Thanks. Su Ru expressed her sincere thanks. Qin Fan waved his hand, and all the remaining items were put into his built-in space. Okay, now that the exam is over, it's time to go out. Qin Fan said with a smile. The big guys outside will definitely be shocked. There is no doubt about it. Su-Ru also laughed. Her smile was very bright and healing. Sometimes it's okay to download a dungeon with a beautiful woman. At any rate, it is pleasing to the eye and your mood will improve accordingly. Gawu. At this time, Xiaoju, who was nestled in Qin Fan's arms, stretched out his little head and shouted, which probably meant, my contribution is not small. Okay, I know you are the one who deserves the most credit, so I will arrange all the roasted suckling pig, roasted whole lamb, and roasted rabbit for you tonight. Qin Fan smiled and touched the little guy's head. Xiaoju hummed with enjoyment. Outside world. Buzz. The magic teleportation array in the middle of the square suddenly had spatial ripples. Everyone turned around and saw that it was Qin Fan and Su-Ru. This magic teleportation array corresponds to the city return scroll in the hands of each candidate. As long as the candidates are in danger or receive rewards after clearing the level, they can use this scroll to return to the city and return to the real world through this magic teleportation array. Lu Bin, who was sitting on the rostrum, immediately stood up when he saw it and wanted to go down and talk to Qin Fan. At this moment, Qin Fan had let Xiaoju return to the beast pet space. Every beast master has his own pet space. As for the hidden profession of the beast master, there is of course the dragon master. Moreover, the dragon master's pet space is many times larger than that of the beast master. This is naturally to take care of the huge size of the dragon clan. But just when Lu Bin was about to speak, buzz! Another ripple suddenly appeared in the magic circle. Immediately afterwards, 5 very embarrassed figures appeared. Thump! But when these 5 figures appeared, 2 of them fell unconscious instantly. Take a closer look. It turned out to be a college entrance examination team that chose a difficult level. Come quickly, help! The priest girl whose mana had been completely depleted cried and shouted. The treatment team, which had been on the field ready for a long time, immediately came up to treat the opponent. Qin Fan and Su-Ru watched quietly. In this 5-person team, the job assignments are 2 front row warriors, 1 melee output, 1 long range magic output, and 1 priest auxiliary. It can be considered a classic next-level team lineup. But, now the 2 front-row soldiers were scarred, their armors were broken, and their whole bodies were stained red with blood. It seemed that they had suffered heavy losses in a certain level and had to retreat. That is at this moment. Suddenly, a desperate cry came from the screen. I saw in that window that a mage who was single-playing with normal difficulty had his legs crushed by the giant stitched zombie. He quickly took out the scroll to return to the city from his arms and was about to use it. But he saw that the mage boy was torn apart by the giant stitched zombie, and blood was flying all over the sky, as if there was a bloody rain. But the giant stitched zombie opened its mouth very greedily, and even the other faces stitched on its body also opened their mouths, wanting to lick the flesh and blood, which were extremely delicious to them. Su-Ru covered her mouth, and her face turned pale in an instant. A life was lost. It really took a life. A living human life died in front of everyone's eyes. Wu, the priest girl who was already frightened looked up and saw this scene, and started crying even more frightened, which may have left a shadow in her heart. The principal and teacher on the rostrum also watched this scene silently and did not speak. To say sad. Of course it's sad. They are principals and teachers. And the ones dying in front of them were their students. But there was nothing they could do. This is the job transfer college entrance examination, this is the reality. On that frontline battlefield, the monsters faced by countless powerful people who changed careers were countless times more terrifying and powerful than the monsters in the secret realm of the college entrance examination. These principals and teachers have watched countless live broadcasts of the transfer college entrance examination. Qin Fan also watched this scene intently and remained silent. He knew that if every career changer wanted to go on in the long run, then this cruel scene must be experienced. Just like before, Qin Fan hatched dragon eggs in order to obtain the divine fire chalcedony. He also risked his life to kill the cat demon. At that time, he also didn't know if the talent of affinity to all beasts was useful. If it doesn't work, then what awaits you is also a life and death battle. Just when everyone was silent, buzz buzz, teams and individuals kept appearing from the magic teleportation array. And what surprised everyone around was, even Hu Yibo came out in a state of embarrassment. He chose single brushing at the difficult level. Holy crap, even Hu Yibo can't pass the test. This year's exam questions are really difficult. Don't tell me, look at Chin Fan and Su Ru who came out earlier than us. They must have failed like us and had to quit. Quote. After hearing these words, Hu Yibo, who was originally frustrated, raised his head and looked towards Chin Fan and Su Ru. Then he got up and walked slowly towards this side. He turned to look at Su Ru, stared blankly, and said in a deep voice, Su Ru, I'm just asking you, do you regret it? I suggest you do the same as me, reread it, and then form a team with me to download the dungeon next year. Wouldn't it mean that if you join the book with this useless dragon master, you will be eliminated? As he spoke, he sneered. Obviously, he really took these discussions seriously. I feel that Chin Fan and Su Ru came out early because they failed. This time, many people around have also seen this. These are the people who cannot pass the test. As for those who can pass the level, they are still grinding away in the secret realm of the dungeon. It's estimated that he won't be able to get out for an hour or two. It is true that this year's college entrance examination questions are too difficult. It's rare beyond anyone's imagination. I won't talk about the last level, most people stopped at the 4th level. Now, Hu Yibo was frustrated in the exam, and seeing Su Ru also frustrated in the exam, he naturally came over to give advice and ridicule. Chapter 51. When Su Ru heard Hu Yibo's sarcastic words, the smile that originally filled his face disappeared, replaced by a cold look. She just looked at Hu Yibo with an unkind look on her face. Hu Yibo thought that his words would bring some blow and regret to Su Ru. But I didn't expect that the other party's attitude would become so cold. This made him even more convinced that the other party's grades were indeed not good, otherwise they would never be like this. Just when he wanted to say something more, suddenly, I found that all the principals and teachers on the podium had come down. Even Director Cao, who was sitting in the middle and exuded a powerful sword spirit, walked towards this side with a smile on his face. Hu Yibo was stunned for a moment. What is this for? And, why is every principal and teacher's face filled with smiles? Is it because of yourself? Hu Yibo had already begun to doubt himself at this time. I failed in the middle of the 5th level and had to quit. I didn't even see the boss of the last level. As a result, at this time, the teacher and principal came towards him with a smile. Is it because this exam is too difficult, so even if you don't pass it, you can hit the top spot in Anning City with your current results? Watching these principals and teachers getting closer and closer, Hu Yibo's waist became straighter and straighter. The candidates around them all stared blankly at the group of big guys approaching, not understanding what was going on. But right now, buzz, 3 more figures were teleported out one after another within 3 seconds of each other. After taking a closer look, I found that it was Tian Jinming and Shang Shuang. At the same time, there was a girl beside them. This girl had a proud expression, but her appearance was a bit mean. Judging from her dress and equipment, she must be a child from a certain family in Anning City. But when Hu Yibo saw this scene, his face twitched violently. You actually formed a team together. Didn't we agree to clear the secret realm of the college entrance examination with single difficulty level? Seeing his colleague being exposed, how could Hu Yibo still not understand the fact that the other party was in a team? He never expected that they had clearly agreed to compete with each other. Unexpectedly, Tian Jinming and Shang Shuang teamed up with a priest to clear the trophy together. I'm sorry, before I went in, I estimated that with the King of Hell's habit of asking questions, even if it is a difficult level, we may not be able to pass it alone. And I didn't want to go to the secret realm of normal difficulty, so I temporarily found Shang Shuang and Zhang Yu together. It turns out that my decision was right. We successfully passed the difficult level secret realm. If it was a one-person project, it would have already failed. Tian Jinming, who looked handsome and wore a white mage robe, adjusted his glasses and said with a slight smile. There was a hint of showing off in his tone, and he said it so loudly on purpose. It's nothing more than wanting to show off in front of these candidates who failed the college entrance examination. Wow, sure enough, the surrounding candidates who failed the college entrance examination immediately cast envious and jealous glances at Tian Jinming, Shang Shuang, and Zhang Yu. Words of admiration followed closely. Sure enough, Tian Jinming not only has strength, but also has brains. He is not as stupid as Hu Yibo. It seems that Tian Jinming is destined to become the #1 scholar in Anning City. Yes, he has chosen the key universities at will. It is estimated that even the 3 top universities will send people to recruit students. This is something that has not happened in many years. When the audience was admiring, they did not forget to compare it with Hu Yibo. It's all your fault. Take Su Ru away, otherwise my team performance will definitely not be worse than theirs. Hu Yibo was so angry that he immediately turned around and said extremely stupid words to Qin Fan and Su Ru. This made Qin Fan frown immediately. The reason why he didn't respond was because he didn't take these so-called city-level geniuses seriously. But if the other party always comes to him like a fly, then Qin Fan must let the other party know what cruelty means. Don't forget it. Qin Fan is not a holy mother. When they were in the secret place in the wild, Zhou Feng, Lu Qing, Zhou Xuanqin and others killed at will. That is to say, now that we are in public, we don't bother to argue with fools like Hu Yibo. If it were in the wild secret realm, this Hu Yibo would have been killed by Qin Fan countless times. What are you talking about? And this time, the principal and teachers finally came over in groups. Seeing these big guys, Hu Yibo finally calmed down a little from his arrogance. But he was bitter inside. Because he knew that these big guys must have come to congratulate Tian Jinming, Shang Shuang, and Zhang Yu in advance for their excellent results in the college entrance examination for job transfer. Tian Jinming and others obviously thought so too. He immediately greeted him with a smile on his face. Also said hello very politely. Hello, 3 invigilators, principals and teachers. The big guys nodded slightly. The principal of No. 3 middle school also walked up to Tian Jinming at this time and asked with a smile, Shaoshan, look at you, you did very well in the exam. By the way, let me ask, what is your score for passing the level? Tian Jinming, Shang Shuang, Zhang Yu. No, principal, didn't you watch our live broadcast? Wrong, or should I say, did the principal deliberately ask this in front of a large audience so that he could reveal his grades and show off again? That must be it. Go back to the principal, the test questions this time were really too difficult. Even though we tried our best, the final clearance time came to 22 minutes and 45 seconds, and the overall score was also A+, which really embarrassed No. 3 middle school. Tian Jinming said, pretending to be very guilty. His posture was like those of the top students in the class. Whenever someone asked him, how did you do in the exam this time, he would answer, you did very poorly in the exam. As a result, when the test paper came out, he scored 98 out of 100 points, and even pretended to be beaten because he failed in the test. Wow, just when Tian Jinming's pretentious words fell, it still aroused the exclamation and admiration of many candidates. Holy crap, it's so strong. It actually has an A+ rating. I cleared the level on easy difficulty alone and got a B level rating. I can only say that it's awesome. It seems that the #1 pick in our city is indeed chosen from him and Shang Shuang. Quote. Listening to these words of praise, the expressions on Tian Jinming and Shang Shuang's faces became even more proud. Hu Yibo's teeth were all broken. Only Qin Fan and Su Ru, as well as the big guys, there was no look of excitement on their faces at all. Even as the principal of Tian Jinming and Shang Shuang's school, he nodded lightly at this moment, hummed, and barely praised, well. Not bad, it's really not bad. When Tian Jinming, Shang Shuang and others saw that all the big guys just showed faint smiles, they were stunned. Even the compliments given by the principal of No. 3 middle school were perfunctory. Isn't this result good enough? That's the result of teaming up to clear the difficult level secret realm of the college entrance examination for job transfer. If you put it in Anning City, it is already considered top-notch. At least if you look around, no candidate can do it right. Just when Tian Jinming, Shang Shuang and others were confused, the Governor-General Cao Lu Bin, who was surrounded by terrifying sword intent, passed by Tian Jinming and came to Qin Fan and Su Ru. And the surprising thing is, when the sword master was walking around, other principals and teachers followed him closely. Qin Fan and Su Ru were immediately surrounded. What's going on? Not only the surrounding candidates were stunned. Even Tian Jinming, Hu Yibo and others were stunned. These big guys. What are you doing? Qin Fan, you are very good. Very good. The next second, under the shocking gaze of everyone, they saw this unsmiling third-level swordsman boss, who showed an extremely satisfied smile for the first time, and patted Qin Fan heavily on the shoulder twice. Such a gesture. Isn't it just a gesture that an elder would make when he admires a younger generation very much? But didn't Qin Fan fail to clear the level? How virtuous and capable he is. Tian Jinming and others were all in incomprehensible confusion at this moment. The praise that should have belonged to them fell on Qin Fan instead. What's the point? Okay, you both can go back and have a good rest. Just wait patiently for the results to be released in 7 days. Also, keep it confidential. Lu Bin finally gave a meaningful warning. Okay, thank you Inspector Lu for your concern. Qin Fan and Su Ru both nodded and thanked. Then he left the examination room under everyone's doubtful and confused eyes. Director Lu, don't be stingy with this time's top pick. Wait until Qin Fan leaves. Li Bin turned his head at this time and looked at Lu Jinliang meaningfully. Don't worry about this. The moment I saw the results came out, I, Lao Lu, had already prepared the reward for the top pick. Our city's education bureau will give 2 A-level general skill books, 30 million dragon coins, a top-notch villa in a century mansion, and a set of level 20 purple armor as rewards for this year's municipal champion. Lu Jinliang, director of the Anning Municipal Education Bureau, expressed his generosity immediately. As soon as these words came out, wow, not only the other principals and teachers, but also all the candidates present changed their colors instantly. Can this year's top pick at the municipal level actually receive these top awards? Especially those 2 A-level general skill books, they are precious items that cannot be bought at all. Of course, our local pharmaceutical companies, forging companies, real estate companies, automobile companies, etc., will also give generous rewards. In this way, you should be satisfied with Inspector Lu, right? Lu Jinliang continued to put out side dishes. As soon as these words fell, this caused the candidates to change their expressions again. Good guy. This is to use the entire city's resources to reward this year's municipal champion. The city-level champions in the past did not receive such good treatment. Is it because this year's test questions are too difficult that we should give generous rewards to top scorers with good scores? But this is too rich. After all, this is a small 4th and 5th tier city. But the rewards are more generous than those in big cities. It is said that the 1st tier city's reward for the city-level champion is only an A-level general skill book. As a result, Anning City gritted its teeth and awarded 2 copies. This. Tian Jinming and Shang Shuang were completely stunned. Excited too. The reason why Inspector Lu just walked over and patted Qin Fan on the shoulder was probably because of Su Ru. Everyone knows that although the Su family in Anning City can only be regarded as a small family when looking at the entire Dragon Kingdom, Su Ru's father once saved the life of a rank 4 powerhouse. As a result, Su Ru received a gift from the 4th level powerhouse, the 2nd level scroll of the hymn singer. Lu Dukao walked over and patted Qin Fan on the shoulder. The main purpose should be to comfort Su Ru, and also to give the rank 4 expert some face in disguise. That must be it. The city-level champion is still between me and Shang Shuang. In Tian Jinming's performance in the secret realm just now, the output ratio was 5% higher than that of Shang Shuang. Then he is very likely to sit at the top of the list. Think of this. No matter how much Tian Jinming tried to hold it, he couldn't help but grin and began to smile triumphantly. Cool, life is so happy. When he becomes the number 1 scholar at the city level, he must go to the Su family to propose marriage, marry Su Ru home, and then gain connections with the rank 4 powerhouse. By then you will have the connections and resources. Delightful. Depend on. Shang Shuang looked at Tian Jinming's smile, and his heart suddenly kicked. Of course he knows that his output ratio is inferior to Tian Jinming. Then it is really possible that he will be the number 1 pick. The more I thought about it, the more uneasy I became. He came to the side of his principal and asked quietly, "Principal, do you think Tian Jinming will be the number 1 scholar at the municipal level?" Although the principals do not have the right to correct the college entrance examination questions for job transfer, they actually have a good idea of who is the top scorer at the municipal level after years of taking the job transfer college entrance examination. What you kid is asking is nonsense. How can Tian Jinming be the city's #1 scholar? The principal of No. 3 Middle School shook his head and laughed. Not Tian Jinming. Shang Shuang's eyes were ecstatic at this moment. If it weren't for Tian Jinming. Isn't that me? The principal of No. 3 Middle School glanced at him, seemingly seeing through his thoughts behind his excited expression, and had no choice but to add, "Don't be happy, this city-level champion is not you either." Shang Shuang. What? Not him. Not Tian Jinming either. Who could that be? Suddenly, Shang Shuang was completely stupid. He walked back to Tian Jinming in despair. At this moment, Tian Jinming was still high-spirited, smiling and looking at the candidates around him. Seeing the other party looking so proud, Shang Shuang immediately felt unhappy. The top pick is not yours or mine, yet you are so stupid to show off. Okay, come here and tell you something. Shang Shuang directly pulled Tian Jinming to the corner. What's going on? Could it be that you're jealous that I'm about to become the city's #1 scholar, so you want me to share the reward with you? I'm telling you, there's no way. Tian Jinming sneered. TMD. When Shang Shuang heard this, he couldn't help but cursed. Look, you're in a hurry, you're in a hurry. Hurry up, neither of us is the city's top pick. Do you know how stupid you are when you look so proud? Shang Shuang glared at him. Not us. Tian Jinming was dumbfounded. After Qin Fan left the examination room, he said goodbye to Su Ru. Originally, Su Ru was thinking about inviting Qin Fan to have a meal together, but she saw the little head emerging from Qin Fan's collar, staring at her eagerly. This made Su Ru immediately not dare to invite anyone again. After all, she knew very well how terrifying this little dragon cub was. No matter how much she liked Qin Fan, she couldn't make this little ancestor angry. The first thing Qin Fan did after leaving the examination room was not to go home. Instead, we went to the largest meat market in Anning City. Under the shocked looks of the bosses, Qin Fan bought 20 magic antelopes, 20 black crystal black pigs, and 21 horned magic rabbits. Although these are not wild, the tenderness and deliciousness of the meat are better than those of the wild. The reason is naturally that in recent years, with the rapid development of magic and technology, and the integration of games into reality, all walks of life have also experienced extremely rapid development. Among them, animal husbandry has also achieved advanced development. The meat animals Qin Fan purchased for consumption were carefully bred by humans and were many times more delicious than wild ones. After asking the boss to deal with the mutton, pork, and rabbit meat, I put it into the storage ring and bought a relatively large professional barbecue machine on the way. Back at the orphanage, Qin Fan roasted all the meat directly with the cheers of the children. Gakao. Xiaoju also came out of Qin Fan's arms and made a cute cry, which immediately attracted the attention of the children. Brother Qin Fan, what is this? So cute. Brother Qin Fan, can I play with it? Wow, it's so cute, can I touch it? Quote. The children gathered in front of Xiaoju one after another. Originally, Qin Fan was worried that Xiaoju would dislike the approach of children, but he found that the little dragon cub held its head high and did not resist the children's touch at all. Maybe it's because it can sense the innocent kindness of children. The grandmother on the side was still looking at all this with a kind smile. She did not ask Qin Fan how he did in the college entrance examination for job transfer this year. Whether it is study or life, Grandma has very low requirements for her children and never interferes, leaving enough space for her children to keep their own secrets. Just don't do bad things. Eat and drink enough. Seeing Xiaoju finally getting into his arms with satisfaction, he purred comfortably. Qin Fan also took it back to the bedroom. Only then did he have time to check out the rewards he got from the job transfer college entrance examination today. The first is experience and attribute points and skill points. The 15W experience reward boosted Qin Fan's level directly from level 18 to level 22. The level of Xiaoju has been increased from level 10 to level 12. The improvement in level naturally also brings about changes in the 4-dimensional attributes. Then there is the title of Tomb Robber King, and the 3-piece Yinfeng armor set. Tomb Robber. Title, increases strength by 15 points, wisdom by 15 points, and movement speed by 15%. Mosquito legs title, but it is still something that every career changer must try their best to collect. Because the title attribute is the same as the four-dimensional attribute, both are permanent. When the number of titles accumulates to a certain amount, the attributes cannot be ignored. The properties of the Yinfang suit are not very good. Yinfang suit is a level 20 purple armor set. There are 3 parts in total: shoulder armor, belt, and leggings. The attribute entries of the 3 parts are the same: strength +5, vitality +30. The effect of the shoulder armor enchantment is increase own attack speed by 15%. The effect of the belt enchantment is increase one's own casting speed by 15%. The enchantment effect of the leggings is increase own movement speed by 15%. Set effect: when hit, you can gain 10% of all damage reduction. Speaking of which, the effect of this set of armor is almost the same as the Swift Wind set, rewarded by the system when opening boxes. But in terms of attributes, it is much worse than the level 15 Swift Wind suit. This is quite normal. The Yinwind suit is a normal Secret Realm dungeon drop. But the Zunfang suit is exclusively produced by the system. Can this be compared? It definitely can't be compared. Find an opportunity to sell it, or sell it directly to Suru and exchange it for dragon coins. At least it will ensure that the orphanage has enough food and clothing. Qin Fan thought carefully. At the same time, he also has to start preparing for his long-distance study plan. Before leaving Anning City, he had to arrange everything in this orphanage properly, and he could not let his mother work so hard anymore. Anyway, I have plenty of money now. With the money from selling the materials before, plus the 30 million dragon coins that Suru sent later, you would never imagine that Qin Fan, who is only 18 years old, already has assets of nearly 100 million. This is assuming he hasn't sold everything in the built-in space. Finally, there is the enchanted orb of the tyrant's corpse. The effect is, after it is enchanted on the weapon, the King's Landing effect will be triggered when the attack hits the target. Reigning effect: increase one's own strength by 15%. It's also a good thing. This is a percentage increasing enchantment effect. As for the B-level material, Heart of the Tyrant's Corpse. Well, a precious material that can be used to refine some kind of poison elixir. The biggest gain from this trip to the Secret Realm should be the experience value that far exceeds the rewards from ordinary Secret Realms. Qin Fan said with some emotion. Now he in Xiaoju, the panel has undergone great changes. Name: Qin Fan. Age: 18 years old. Level: Level 22. Occupation: Dragon Controller. Talents: Affinity with Beasts SSS, Culinary Proficiency E+. Strength: 700, Wisdom: 700, Physique: 600, Agility: 600. Professional skills: Dragon Control S, Bloodline Fusion SSS, Mark of Hatred B, Dragon Madness B, Dragon Claw Assault B, Fire Dragon Bullet B. Dragon Pet: Blazing Holy Dragon, Endless Fire Lord. Name: Yingju. Nickname: Xiaoju. Gender: female. Age: under 1 month old. Level: Level 12. 4-dimensional attributes: Strength 2200, Wisdom 2200, Physique 2100, Agility 2100 without any buff, equipment, or props blessing. I won't talk about Qin Fan's changes. The changes in Xiaoju are the scariest. The 4-dimensional attributes were all improved by 1000. All in all, in this upgrade, Xiaoju actually gained 4000 total attribute points. This, exaggerate. What an exaggeration. I can't imagine how powerful Xiaoju will be if she reaches level 30 and enters the growth stage. The key is, the task rewards issued by the system have not been settled yet. They should not be settled until the official results of the college entrance examination are released. Holy crap, I'm really moving forward step by step on the road to invincibility. Qin Fan exclaimed. Even though he had been mentally prepared in advance, he was still frightened by Xiaoju's terrifying growth rate. Grr. Xiaoju, who was lying on Qin Fan's chest, felt his master's wonder at his growth, and smiled cutely and proudly. 7 days flew by in the blink of an eye. Early that morning, all the parents in Anning City were looking forward to it. They were already sitting in front of the computer with their children, nervously waiting for the results to be released on the official website of the Anning City Education Bureau at 9 o'clock. Today is the day that students and parents across the country look forward to most every year. Because whether we can turn around or not depends on the present day. For ordinary people, if their children can directly enter key universities, their future destiny will undoubtedly change a lot. You know, due to the integration of games and reality, the catastrophe has begun, and the power of career changers has been highly valued by all countries in the world. A series of industries related to career changers have become the most popular choices. For example, switched to high school teacher, the training instructor of the Adventure Guild, practical class teacher, etc. The benefits of these professions are not generally good. Therefore, many ordinary people hope that their children can be admitted to key combat schools, achieve success in their studies, and then become one of these popular professions. Of course, if you have excellent grades, it would be even better to stay in a university. In this regard, the day when the rankings are released has naturally become a matter of concern to people across the country. Chin Fan did not stay in front of the computer to wait for the results to be released, because he already knew his results. That must be number one. He spent these 7 days preparing for his study trip. During this period, Su Ru was also contacted and asked to use her connections with the Su family to find some reliable people to serve as new staff members of the orphanage. At this time, Chin Fan's phone rang. After answering, what struck my ears was Su Ru's crisp voice filled with joy. Chin Fan, the results are released. You are number one. You are the number one scholar in Nanzhou province. Chin Fan was not excited at all about this, because he had already expected it. What about you? How are your grades? Chin Fan asked with a smile. Thanks to you, my grades are also very good. I am in the top 20 in the provincial level. It will definitely be no problem to apply for the 5 top universities. I still have to say thank you. Without you, I probably wouldn't have done so well. Su Ru said very sincerely. There was no exaggeration in her words. She only added some buff skills to Chin Fan throughout the whole process. Although it is said that this is because she is only an auxiliary professional, if she is allowed to form a team with others, let alone the top 20 at the provincial level, I am afraid that she will not be in the top 20 in Anning City. After all, even if you are in a team, the overall score of the candidates is determined based on their performance. It was only because Chin Fan raised the score of the entire team that she could have such a high overall score in evaluation. Congratulations to you too. By the way, which university are you planning to apply for? Chin Fan asked with a smile. What about you? What university did you apply for? Su Ru didn't answer, but asked instead. I will most likely apply for Dongling Academy. Chin Fan said. The 5 top universities are Dongling Academy, Fengshan Academy, Shengchuan Academy, Nanyang Academy, Yaoxing Academy. Logically speaking, Chin Fan should apply for the nearest Nanyang University. After all, Nanyang Academy is located in Nanzhou province. But it's a pity, Nanyang Academy is not an academy that trains combat professionals. Rather, it is an institution that specializes in cultivating associate professions. Mentioned it before. In this world, professions are divided into several categories. Lifestyle, strengthening, and combat categories. The combat type has the highest status, which is divided into output professions and auxiliary professions. Lifestyle and strengthening professions are uniformly divided into sub-professions, such as chefs, enchanters, blacksmiths, alchemists. These all fall under the category of sub-careers. Nanyang Academy is an institution that specializes in cultivating associate professions. It is said that several deans of Nanyang Academy have god-level associate professions and enjoy extremely high status and reputation in the entire Dragon Kingdom and even around the world. It is worth mentioning that, as the top college for sub-professionals, Nanyang Academy is undoubtedly the richest, and they do not look at the results of the college entrance examination when recruiting students, but only look at whether your awakening talent is in line with the sub-professionals. This is also the reason why Chin Fan did not choose Nanyang Academy, but Dongling Academy. My father wants me to go to Fengshan Academy. Su Ru's tone became obviously sad. That's okay. After all, this is an important choice in life, and Fengshan Academy's comprehensive teaching staff is also very strong. You can learn a lot when you go there. Chin Fan said with a smile. He didn't care much. Actually, I want to apply for the same school as you. This sentence was buried in Su Ru's heart and she could not say it out. She had promised Qin Fan before that the fact that he had a dragon pet must be kept secret, even her father could not tell it. In addition, except for the scores of the college entrance examination, everything about the candidates must be strictly confidential. So even if the rankings are released, the outside world only knows that Qin Fan has become the top pick, but his battle recordings are strictly kept secret by the state. This is true for all candidates. Only the scores are released, not the candidate's information. All principals and teachers responsible for supervising the examination room are not allowed to mention it. Okay, don't forget to go to school tomorrow. The admissions teachers from key universities will come in person. Su Ru said this softly and hung up the phone sadly. Qin Fan didn't care much. It's normal for Su Ru to choose Function Academy. Function Province is the capital of the Dragon Kingdom. There are many talented people there are many aristocratic families, and there are many connections. Going there to develop is in line with the Su family's future development plan. Maybe in the end, Su Ru will get married to a monster from a wealthy family. Qin Fan didn't care about any of this. He just felt that Su Ru was a princess from a rich family, but she didn't have the bad habits of a playboy, and she was also polite to others, so she was quite comfortable getting along with her as a friend. If she also applies for the same university as him, then he can also form a team and take her with him in the future. But now that we have to part ways, that's all we can do. There is no such thing as a banquet that lasts forever. Bite. Just when Qin Fan was thinking about what to eat at night, suddenly, the system's beep sounded suddenly. Congratulations to the host for making a splash in the job transfer college entrance examination and successfully winning the title of No. 1 scholar in Nanzhou province. Combined with all the host's performance, the system's challenge tasks have been exceeded. Now we will start issuing matching rewards to the host. The moment Qin Fan heard these words, his eyes lit up, and the emotion in his heart instantly dissipated. Coming. The system's big reward is finally here. Bite. Reward 1. S-level Dragon Language Magic Skill Book, Roar of the Flame Dragon. Reward 2. 200 skill points, 200 free attribute points. Reward 3. S-level Talent, Extraordinary Healing. Reward 4. Level 20 Gold Staff, Falling Flame Staff. Reward 5. S-level Dragon Pet Skill, Godly Fire. Reward 6. Title, Dragon's Majesty. Reward 7. S-level Treasure of Heaven and Earth, Heavenly Fire Divine Essence. Rich. It's simply unusually rich. When Qin Fan browsed through these rewards, a look of ecstasy appeared on his entire face. Holy shit, all rewards are actually S-level. What a system. Is this the reward for overfulfilling the task? It's too generous. Qin Fan only felt that he was dreaming. This challenge mission was triggered on the day he changed jobs. At that time, he only felt that this task was as difficult as climbing to the sky. He actually wants to become the city's #1 scholar. The key is that I don't even use the dragon. As a result, I didn't expect that I would step by step reach the provincial champion position. Next, it's time to count the rewards. The first is the 3S level skill talents. Roar of the Flame Dragon S Dragon Magister's high-level AoE skill. After being used, it can emit a powerful roar of flames, which can cause great burning damage to the enemy. No need to look, I have another high-level AoE skill. The strength of the Dragon Master is not only that he can control the dragon, but also that he can use all the skills related to the dragon profession. Whether you are a dragon-blooded warrior, a dragon spellcaster, or even a dragon hunter, the skills of these professions can all be used. Extraordinary Healing S. Any injuries you suffer, including fatal injuries, can be healed quickly as long as you do not die instantly. Very good. I have another life-saving skill. Godly Fire from Heaven S. The dragon pet spreads its wings and soars into the sky, bombarding all targets on the ground with divine fire, causing great burning and explosion damage. Note: this skill can only be learned by the Blazing Holy Dragon. This is an exclusive reward for Xiaoju. Currently, all of Xiaoju's skills are S level, except for the Destroying Flame Claw, which is only an A level skill. I can only say that he is worthy of being the legendary Holy Dragon. Then there are the staff, the title, and the S-level heavenly material and earthly treasure, Heavenly Fire Divine Essence. Equipment: Falling Flame Staff. Grade: Gold. Level: Level 20. Occupation: Mage, Dragon Master, Dragon Master. Attributes: Wisdom plus 150, Agility plus 100. Enchanting effect. 1. The target attacked by the staff spell will suffer burning damage of 1% of the maximum health every second for 10 seconds. 2. This staff has a 20% damage increase to the holder's fire attribute spell skills. 3. The staff wielder's spell penetration is increased by 30%. 4. The damage caused by this staff will be converted into a layer of fire-wetting clothes shield to resist the enemy's incoming damage. Remarks: This weapon is forged from a segment of the spine of a sky flame dragon. It has a powerful bonus to fire attribute skills. It is the staff that every explosion mage dreams of. Another excellent weapon. Said before, the grades of weapons from low to high are white grade, blue grade, purple grade, gold grade, spiritual weapon, sacred object, and myth. In fact, the white grade corresponds to the black iron bronze grade. The blue grade corresponds to the silver gold grade. Purple grade corresponds to platinum and diamond grade. Gold products correspond to the rare level. The spiritual weapon corresponds to the legendary level. Holy objects correspond to epic level. A myth is a myth and has no other name. If this golden staff were to appear in the auction house in Anning City, it would definitely cause a storm, and countless rich people would definitely come here to auction it. This is a gold grade weapon. Even in the highly difficult secret realm of the job transfer college entrance examination, there are no rewards. Weapons of this level can only be unleashed in extremely special trials. Very good. In this way, the Xuanjing Earth Scale Sword can be used for melee combat and charge assault, and the Falling Flame Staff can be used for long-range bombing. Perfect. Qin Fan was naturally very happy. Heavenly Fire Divine Essence S contains extremely pure power of fire and cannot be taken easily by ordinary people. Note: according to legend, the Blazing Holy Dragon clan lives in a forbidden land called the Endless Fire Realm. There is a kind of 10,000-year fire coral growing there. This thing is made of 10,000-year fire coral. If it is taken by ordinary people, it will explode and cause death. If you die, giving it to the Blazing Holy Dragon can make its body and the power of divine fire more powerful. Looking at the remarks about this natural treasure, Qin Fan couldn't help but twitch the corner of his mouth slightly. Good guy. Ordinary people will explode and die immediately after taking it. Not only was the Blazing Holy Dragon okay after eating it, but it actually became stronger. There is no way. This is the Dragon Clan. Its physique is incomparably different from that of humans. At last, Dragon's Majesty title, Strength plus 300, Physique plus 300, Wisdom plus 300, Agility plus 300, Skill damage of all dragon professions plus 20%. Holy shit. Top title. A general title just adds a few attributes. But this title of Dragon's Majesty adds more than just 1 star. Qin Fan could only call him a good guy. The rewards given by the system this time were really generous. Gawu. The little dragon cub lying in Qin Fan's arms also chirped softly. Xiaoju and Qin Fan have a certain connection in mind. Each can sense the other's joy and sadness. Although it doesn't know why its owner is so happy, since the owner is happy, it is also happy. Call. Qin Fan took a deep breath. Qin Fan and Xiaoju are one, so there is no need for Xiaoju to learn skills by himself. Qin Fan only needs to close his eyes, enter the system warehouse and use all the skill books, and the majestic and vast information will flow into his and Xiaoju's minds at the same time. Just for a moment, these skills have been mastered by Qin Fan and Xiaoju. Finally, Qin Fan directly took out a bottle of Heavenly Fire Divine Essence. Gah! Xiaoju's little nose smelled the unique fragrance coming from the Heavenly Fire Divine Essence, and felt the strong smell of fire contained in this bottle of magic medicine, and it instantly screamed with joy. Then he opened his golden dragon eyes wide and made a coquettish sound, as if he was coquettishly trying to please Qin Fan. Haha, look at your snack food. Here it is for you. Originally, only a devilish little guy like you can eat this kind of heavenly and earthly treasure. Qin Fan gave the bottle to Xiaoju without any hesitation. I saw Xiaoju naively holding the bottle and sitting on the table. Then he opened the cork with his small mouth, raised the dragon claw, and poured the Heavenly Fire Divine Essence into his mouth. Goo, goo, goo. The liquid filled with a strong smell of fire flowed into Xiaoju's mouth and into his stomach. The heavenly fire god essence, which was enough to burn through a human's mouth, was in Xiaozhou's mouth like a normal drink, and he drank it all in one go. Belch. After drinking the heavenly fire essence in one breath, Xiaozhou let out a long burp. Qin Fan was surprised to find that after drinking the small wine of Tianguo Shenqi, his eyes began to stare. The dragon scales all over his body and the divine fire lines on his chest became even brighter at this moment, flashing with hot and bright firelight. This moment, this little dragon cub looked like a child who accidentally drank a high degree of alcohol, staring in confusion and drunkenly. It seems that the medicinal power contained in the heavenly fire divine essence is higher than that of the divine fire chalcedony. I have to let Xiaozhou rest. Qin Fan picked up Xiaozhou. Its small body was like a hand warmer, exuding a hot breath. Without any struggle, it changed into a comfortable position in its owner's arms and began to fall into a deep sleep. Qin Fan knew that Xiaozhou was beginning to fall asleep, slowly digesting the powerful medicinal power brought by the heavenly fire divine essence. I'm afraid that after digestion is completed, the properties of the wine will skyrocket again. When Qin Fan was looking after the little dragon cub, the world outside is in turmoil at this moment. When everyone saw the word, Qin Fan, ranked first on the score sheet, everyone's eyes widened. All go, Qin Fan. He is actually the #1 scholar in our Nanzhou province. Is there any mistake? I have never heard of this guy's name. Good guy, this Qin Fan's comprehensive score is actually 200 points higher than the second place. 862 points. Oh my god. It is said that this guy has been in a hell-level college entrance examination secret realm in a team. If he had not formed a team, his score might have exceeded 930 points. What? Are you kidding? Quote. Suddenly, the word, Qin Fan, completely became popular in Nanzhou province. Countless people began to investigate the background, family and personal information of this name. All enterprises in Anning City are already taking quick action. Because they all know Qin Fan themselves. Who doesn't know that on the day of the job transfer ceremony, a rare professional dragon master was born in class 3 of No. 1 middle school. At that time, they thought this boy was unlucky. Although he had a hidden profession, he had no dragon to contract with. The future is destined to be reduced to waste. What I didn't expect was, in the blink of an eye, this person whom they regarded as a waste actually won the title of No. 1 scholar in Nanzhou province. This is obviously a fact that everyone cannot accept, but they have to accept it. Because no one dares to question the inside story of the job transfer college entrance examination. Now that Qin Fan has won the first prize in the college entrance examination in Nanzhou province, it means that Qin Fan has found his own path to strength. These people who have been working hard in the business world for most of their lives are not so cerebral. They feel that the Dragon Kingdom is doing something inside for a small dragon master. Since the fact has already happened, then the action begins. I, Anning Lingshui Medicine Refining Company, announce that I will present 3 copies of B-level rare medicinal materials to the newly promoted provincial champion as a token of my congratulations. Since the medicine refining company has expressed its intention, then I will also express my intention. We, Tianao Real Estate, are willing to give away one of the most expensive luxury villas in Anning City to the new provincial champion for free. Let's express our feelings. Good guys, you have all expressed your stance. It seems that I can't do it if I don't. May I ask if Qin Fan has a partner? If not, I am willing to let my little daughter marry you. The guy above is so shameless. Your daughter is obviously trying to reach a higher level. Quote. At the same time, all the big guys in the business community stood up and expressed their opinions. Journalists in the media industry will naturally not miss this opportunity to gain popularity. In addition to writing congratulatory messages about Qin Fan winning the top spot in the college entrance examination, he also visited the school in person or interviewed Qin Fan's classmates. Qin Fan's classmates were actually very confused. Because none of them expected that Qin Fan, who was ridiculed by them as a useless profession, would directly slap them in the face today and step on their corpse to become the #1 scholar. So when these students were interviewed, they all had embarrassed expressions. To the surprise of all media reporters, the eldest daughter of the Su family, Su Ru, is also Qin Fan's teammate. She is actually willing to stand up and be interviewed. Excuse me, Miss Su-ru, do you have any comments on Chin Fan? I'm not qualified to evaluate him, but I can tell you my impression of him in just 2 words, powerful. As far as we know, Chin Fan is a dragon master, and he was able to win the champion crown. Does that mean that he successfully contracted with the dragon pet? I don't know this question either. If you want to know, you can ask Chin Fan yourself. Then, does Miss Su-ru have a good impression of Chin Fan? Will they get together? I can definitely answer that I have a good impression, but whether we can get together depends on fate. Watching the interview clips played on TV. Tian Jinming, Shang Shuang, and Hu Yibo were sitting in their homes at the moment, their faces extremely gloomy and terrifying. Slap in the face. What a slap in the face. Recalling the ridicule to others in the examination room and my own self-righteousness. These 3 people know how ridiculous they are in the eyes of the principals and teachers. Why should he, Chin Fan? Could it be that he really contracted a dragon pet and became the first dragon master in history to own a dragon pet? No, impossible. These 3 city-level geniuses obviously cannot accept the reality in front of them. But whether they accept it or not, they can't affect Chin Fan in the slightest. At the same time, the phone number in the principal's office of number 1 middle school was ringing with countless calls. Every phone call made Principal Luo Yang very happy. Because all these calls came from the admissions offices of the top 20 combat universities in the country. And every teacher in the admissions office has agreed to go to No. 1 middle school immediately tomorrow morning to conduct admissions activities. Ask him to notify Chin Fan quickly and come over to choose a school. I have to say, these universities are still moving very quickly. As soon as the results are out, call immediately and be there tomorrow no matter the distance. This is naturally due to the large magic teleportation arrays built over long distances between each province. After Chin Fan learned the news, he nodded and agreed to attend the admissions meeting tomorrow. He also happened to choose a school. Generally speaking, unless they are among the top 100 students at the provincial level, these key universities will not send admissions teachers in person. The number 1 scholar in Nanzhou province turned out to be a dragon master. Did he really successfully contract to become a dragon pet? How did I know this? I only received a call from the principal, saying that I must do my best to let Chin Fan choose our school. What a coincidence, our leaders here also conveyed this idea. It seemed that the star-slaying sword master had indeed kept the matter of Chin Fan's contract with the dragon pet absolutely confidential. Early the next morning, Chin Fan had just walked out of the orphanage when he discovered that a car had been waiting there for a long time. The person driving the car was Chin Fan's class teacher, Zhao Li. Good morning, Chin Fan. Teacher is here to congratulate you on winning the top prize in the Nanzhou Province Transfer College entrance examination. As soon as he saw Chin Fan coming out, Zhao Li got out of the car with a smile on his face. In fact, this place should have been surrounded by countless media reporters. After all, Chin Fan has become the number 1 scholar in Nanzhou province, and reporters from these media will definitely be competing for coverage and interviews. However, under the warning of Lu Jinliang, director of the Anning Municipal Education Bureau, no media was allowed to disturb Chin Fan. At the moment, the head teacher, Zhao Li, naturally came to pick up this precious student in person. He never dreamed that there would be a college entrance examination champion in his class. And he is also the top scorer in the provincial college entrance examination. It is not an exaggeration to say that there is smoke coming out of one's ancestral grave. Then Chin Fan got into Zhao Li's car and drove to school. Soon after Chin Fan arrived at the school, he was greeted by the admiring looks of his junior students. Look, that's senior Chin Fan. Ah, he looks a little handsome. I really didn't expect that as a dragon master, he would win the title of No. 1 scholar in our Nanzhou province. He won't really succeed in contracting a dragon pet, right? Then this is too exaggerated. Faced with the heated discussions among his fellow students, Chin Fan's expression did not change at all. He was neither arrogant about winning the top prize nor despised for others. This made Zhao Li, who had been secretly observing his student, nod his head. Good. Neither arrogant nor impatient. There are really not many young people who can achieve such a state of mind. Zhao Lizuo witnessed the existence of Qin Fan's college entrance examination video with his own eyes. He naturally knew how much of a genius and monster Qin Fan was at this moment. This is the first dragon master in the history of Dragon Kingdom to successfully contract to a high-level dragon clan. It's not that there were no contracted dragons in the Dragon Kingdom before, but they were all beast masters. And the dragons they contracted with were all lower-ranking dragons. Before Qin Fan, there was no existence that successfully contracted with the high-level dragon clan. Zhao Li can even say, now Qin Fan has surpassed countless students of the same age, and it is not an exaggeration to call him the number one among the younger generation. But it's because he has such a powerful dragon pet and strength. He is still neither arrogant nor impetuous, does not show contempt for others who are weaker than him, and maintains a humble and calm state of mind, which is very rare. Zhao Li has taught many classes of students. He has seen many geniuses. But the geniuses he has seen before all showed an arrogant and invincible attitude after they performed well in the big exams. This kind of mentality that is completely devoid of humility will get you into trouble sooner or later. At the moment, Qin Fan's calmness made Zhao Li's inner evaluation of him even higher. Under the leadership of Zhao Li, Qin Fan also arrived at the largest and most luxurious conference room in the school. When Qin Fan pushed the door open and entered, he found that it was already full of people. There are 19 teachers sitting at the middle conference table. There are both men and women, and the level is extremely high. With the use of Qin Fan's eye of appraisal, he was shocked to find that almost all of these teachers were above level 50. And every teacher's aura is extremely extraordinary. This should be the top 20 university admissions office teachers mentioned by Teacher Zhao. In addition to these teachers from the admissions office who have a not-so-simple aura, there are also some acquaintances of Qin Fan. Su Ru, Tian Jinming, Bear Double, Hu Yibo, and several other top students from different high schools. These top students all performed well in the job transfer college entrance examination, and their scores were also very good, so they were naturally included in the special recruitment lists of various universities. It is worth mentioning that each teacher was accompanied by 2 or 3 college students. This is normal. When teachers in universities go on business trips, they usually bring a few students with them, and the students can run errands for the teacher and earn some credits. Now, the moment they saw Qin Fan, who had an extraordinary temperament, walked in, everyone present showed different expressions. The first is the admissions office teachers of major universities. Their eyes instantly burst out with extremely fiery looks, as if they had discovered a unique treasure. Su Ru's eyes were filled with brilliance, and she took the initiative to come over and greet Qin Fan. Tian Jinming, Shang Shuang, and Hu Yibo looked at Qin Fan with slightly gloomy eyes and then looked away. Recalling their own attitudes before, they suddenly felt how stupid their actions were. At that time, they were still laughing at Qin Fan for being a useless hidden profession, but in the end, he slapped them in the face with the top scorer in the college entrance examination. As for the college students who followed the teachers from the admissions office, they placed their appraising eyes on Qin Fan. Classmate Qin Fan, you are finally here. At this time, Lu Jinliang, director of the Anning City Education Bureau, who was sitting in the middle, stood up with a smile. As the spokesperson of the Anning City Education Bureau, he naturally had to personally receive the top prestigious schools in the country when they came to recruit students. Come, let me introduce you. Lu Jinliang came over enthusiastically, took Qin Fan's hand, and then continued to say with a smile. This is the teacher from Dongling Academy, Yun. This is the teacher from Fengshan Academy, He Yalan. This is the teacher from Shengchuan Academy, Shui Sheng. This is the teacher from Yaoxing Academy, Chu Chengel. This is the teacher from Xuanyang Academy, Zhang Shan. Lu Jinliang introduced these teachers one by one to Qin Fan. Qin Fan also greeted these teachers very politely. Through Lu Jinliang's introduction, I found out that these teachers represented the top 20 universities in the country and came to recruit me. It is worth mentioning that Nanyang Academy did not come. It's not that he looks down on Qin Fan. Rather, Nanyang Academy is an institution that specializes in cultivating associate professions. Okay, I, an old guy, won't say much anymore. Dear teachers, this is our new top scorer in the college entrance examination in Nanzhou Province, Qin Fan. How to convince this top scholar to go to your school depends on your ability. After Lu Jinliang finally said this with a smile, he sat back to his original position and drank tea with a smile. And when Lu Jinliang said these words, immediately a female teacher stood up. She is a teacher in the admissions office of Bingling Academy, which is ranked 15th in the country. Just listen to her whispering. Classmate Qin Fan, it goes without saying why we teachers are here. Naturally, we want to snatch you as the top scorer in the college entrance examination. As long as you are willing to choose our Bingling Academy, then our Bingling Academy is willing to provide 20 million dragon coins every year, an A-level general skill book, and a B-level experience resource. And when the female teacher finished speaking, don't wait for Qin Fan to say anything. A middle-aged teacher with a big belly laughed. Ha ha, you, Bingling Academy, are too stingy. This person is the top scorer in the college entrance examination in Nanzhou Province, and he is also a dragon master. Although we haven't seen the college entrance examination video of this top pick yet, our principal must have told us that we must win this top pick. In this case, we can actually regard Qin Fan as the first dragon master in history to successfully contract with the dragon clan. As for this teacher from Bingling Academy, the conditions you offered are really not worthy of this top scholar. My Tianwu Academy is willing to double the conditions offered by Bingling Academy. Hiss. When the middle-aged teacher with a big belly finished speaking, many people around immediately took a breath of air. The person who gasped was naturally the top student in the college entrance examination in the same class as Qin Fan. Triple the gift. Annual scholarship of 60 million dragon coins. 3 A-level general skill books. 3 B-level experience resources. Such a generous gesture, in a context of scarcity of resources, is actually extremely rich. In previous years, such conditions would have been enough to impress a provincial champion, and even more so a municipal champion. When the female teacher from Bingling Academy heard that Tianwu Academy offered such high conditions, she became so angry that she stopped talking. In fact, she already knew in advance that she would not be able to recruit the top pick in Nanzhou Province. The conditions proposed are just a formality. And she also knew that the fat teacher from Tianwu Academy could not recruit the Nanzhou Province champion. Why? Because the truly powerful top 5 universities haven't spoken yet. Due to the absence of Nanyan Academy, only 4 admissions teachers from top universities were present. At this moment, they were still drinking tea calmly, without making any conditions, and seemed extremely comfortable. Naturally, it was because they were preparing more generous conditions. Haha, the conditions of Tianwu Academy are indeed good. But it's still a little short of winning the number 1 scholar. In this way, I from Yaoxing Academy will raise a small hand, and under the conditions of this teacher from Tianwu Academy, I will raise twice as much. At this time, Chu Chengel, the teacher from Yaoxing Academy, smiled faintly. Okay, Teacher Chu, stop being so annoying. We are here to recruit this number 1 scholar today, not to raise prices in the auction house. Don't lie about those lies, I'll just tell you the conditions for being admitted to Dongling Academy. Yoon, a teacher at Dongling Academy, obviously likes to do things neatly and neatly. 100 million dragon coin stipends per year, 3 A-level dragon master professional skill books, and an A-level experience resource. And our Dongling Academy will cover all Qin Fan's equipment up to level 50. Wow, as soon as this sentence falls, the expressions of everyone in the entire conference room completely changed. This condition, it's too rich. A stipend of 100 million dragon coins is nothing. The key is the 3 A-level dragon master professional skill books and that A-level experience resource. As everyone knows, dragon controller is an extremely rare profession. At the same time, the output of high-level skill books for this profession is also extremely rare. Things are rare and valuable. One can imagine how precious these 3 A-level dragon master professional skill books are. This is no longer something that can be measured in money. Sure enough, under the conditions of Teacher Un, some teachers who had wanted to give conditions before were completely silent. The 2 teachers from Shengchuan Academy and Yaoxing Academy looked at each other and stopped talking. It's not that they are stingy and unwilling to continue to impose conditions. But they can't get out 3 A-level Dragon Master professional skill books. The Secret Realm dungeon controlled by their academy did not produce a skill book about the Dragon Master profession. The reason why Dongling Academy can afford it is because Dongling Academy recently obtained a level 50 Secret Realm copy, Poisonous Dragon's Lair. After clearing the level, there is a high probability that a Dragon Master's professional skill book will be produced. When Yoon saw these teachers stop bidding, he immediately looked at Chin Fan with a smile. Classmate Chin Fan, what is your choice? Chin Fan opened his mouth slightly, wanting to tell his choice. But at this moment, suddenly a sweet silver bell voice sounded. 20 million dragon coins per year bursary. An S-level Dragon Master Professional Skills Book and an S-level General Skills Book. 3 A-level Experience Resources. And the Dragon Spirit Secret Realm. Chin Fan, this is the condition of our school. Everyone was startled and turned to look. But I found out that it was the teacher He Yalan with exquisite and beautiful facial features. She represents Function Academy. And when she finished speaking, everyone in the entire conference room was moved. Even the admissions office teachers from other universities and Lu Jinliang, the director of the Anning City Education Bureau, had severe expressions on their faces. The expressions of those college students even changed. Hiss. This. Oh my God. This condition. Outrageous. It's too outrageous. Function Academy spends such a high price just to recruit the #1 scholar in a province. There is no way. Function University has the most abundant educational resources, so it is natural to be generous. But the key point is that Function Academy actually gave him the Dragon Spirit Secret Realm. This is a bit exaggerated. Quote. The college students around him kept talking in low voices. They are all college students who have just finished their freshman year and are about to enter their sophomore year. After Chin Fan heard the conditions offered by teacher He Yalan, he couldn't help but tremble violently in his heart. She gave so much. This completely shaken him who originally wanted to choose Dongling Academy. Dragon Spirit Secret Realm. It turned out to be the Dragon Spirit Secret Realm. Chin Fan, who has traveled to this world for many years, has naturally heard some relevant information about top universities. And in this Function Academy, it is said that there is a secret realm of Dragon Spirit. It is rich in natural materials and earthly treasures called Dragon Spirit Grass. Dragon Spirit Grass. That is food specially fed to dragon cubs in their infancy. It can also be used as a material for refining medicine. Many beast masters who have contracted with low-level dragons have taken a fancy to the Dragon Spirit Grass from Function Academy and are willing to buy it at a high price. Unexpectedly, Function Academy was so generous that it gave this financial opportunity directly to Chin Fan. This is totally astounding. Classmate Chin Fan, I want to hear your answer. At this time, He Yalan looked at Chin Fan with a pair of wonderful eyes. Bite. Just when Chin Fan was tempted, the familiar system prompt sounded suddenly. It has been detected that the host is facing a problem in choosing a school, and now the welfare task is triggered. Task content. Ask the host to choose a school and you will receive the corresponding reward. 1. Choose Dongling Academy and obtain the top quality spiritual weapon, Spirit Dragon Battle Armor. 2. Choose Shengchuan Academy and obtain 3S level Dragon Master Professional Skill Books. 3. Choose Yaoxing Academy and get an SS level talent. 4. Choose Function Academy and get a random dragon egg. The mission that was suddenly triggered in front of him immediately made Chin Fan stunned. Alright. This made Chin Fan, who originally wanted to firmly choose Dongling Academy, completely shaken. My choice is Function Academy. When Chin Fan finished speaking, the originally extremely tense meeting room suddenly relaxed. Some teachers from other schools also laughed bitterly. It can only be said that the preparations are not sufficient. Or rather, they never expected that Function Academy would be willing to offer such generous conditions. It was so rich that they were moved by it. He directly gave up a secret realm to the champion of Nanzhou province. This is too exaggerated. It is estimated that when the news spread, many people thought that Function Academy was definitely a fool. In the past years, when facing other provincial champions, they had never offered such extremely generous conditions. He Yalan smiled brightly when she saw that the top scholar finally chose her school. She actually wanted to cheer. Because she snatched the first dragon master in history who successfully contracted with a high-ranking dragon. What these admissions teachers absolutely don't know is, He Yalin's true identity is not an admissions teacher, but the niece of the principal of Function University and a vice president of Function University. She was actually present when the principal of Function University received a confidential video file yesterday. Because the principal's niece is also the deputy dean, she naturally has the authority to follow in and watch the confidential video file. The result was that she was breathing heavily and was stunned. Without saying a word, the principal directly asked He Yalin to go to Anning City in person. No matter what the cost, the top scholar must be snatched to Function Academy. Certainly. At the same time, principals from other top universities also watched the video and were naturally excited. An order was also given to the admissions office teachers, telling them to grab the top pick no matter how high the price was. Apparently, these admissions teachers who had not watched the video underestimated the determination of their principal. At the same time, they themselves do not have that much authority. This allowed He Yalin to take advantage of the loophole. The main reason is that the conditions offered by He Yalin are really too exaggerated. A direct gift of an S-level professional skill book, plus an S-level general skill book. And the most critical Dragon Spirit secret realm. That is a secret realm. Its value is immeasurable. It is estimated that the day Qin Fan enters Function Academy, he will be targeted by all the freshmen. Very good. Welcome Qin Fan to our Function University. I will personally pick you up and take you to Function Academy in about a week. Remember to pack your belongings then. He Yalin said with a smile. Her whole body relaxed. And at this moment, Tian Jinming, Shang Shuang, Hu Yibo and others on the side were so envious that their teeth were broken. But there is nothing you can do. Su Ru looked at Qin Fan with brilliant eyes. In addition to admiration, there was deep worship in her eyes. Apart from He Yalin, Lu Jinliang, Luo Yang, and Zhao Li, she is the one who knows Qin Fan's strength best. Alright, the ownership of this top scholar has been decided, so let's see what other outstanding students there are. Other teachers also quickly turned their attention to other students. However, to their despair, He Yalin looked at the pleasant-looking Su Ru again and said with a smile, Su Ru, are you interested in applying to our Function Academy? I can provide you with 3 A-level priest profession skill books, plus 3 B-level ones. Experience resources. Hiss. Depend on. You Function University are still being unreasonable. How could anyone be so arrogant? Is it great to rely on one's own money and resources? Thank you, Teacher He Yalin. I am very willing to apply for Function University. Su Ru nodded with bright eyes. While speaking, he glanced sideways at Qin Fan, who was in deep thought. She was very happy now. I thought I was going to separate from Qin Fan and go to different universities. But now, under Teacher He Yalin's generous conditions, they have come together again. It seems that her fate with Qin Fan has not come to an end yet. Actually, what she doesn't know is that the reason why Qin Fan is lost in thought now is because he has opened the welfare task reward in his system warehouse. A random dragon egg. He saw a dark dragon egg lying quietly in the system warehouse. Qin Fan was unable to find out what kind of dragon hatched in the egg. Random dragon egg. Does that mean that dragons of any level can be hatched? It would be a real pity if an earth dragon is hatched out of luck. That's all, I don't want to think about it that much. Qin Fan gently closed the system warehouse page. Just wanted to speak. Who knows? Gakao. Suddenly, a fiery red head poked out from Qin Fan's collar. Originally, Qin Fan was enough to attract attention as the top scorer in the college entrance examination. As a result, the little head that suddenly poked out made everyone present wide-eyed. This dragon. It's really a dragon. Everyone in the conference room clearly saw the identity of the fiery little head in front of them. Holy crap, this is a dragon. No, he actually made a contract with a dragon. All the students present were stunned. Even the admissions office teachers had their eyes widened. Xiaoju also stared at the people who were looking at it with round eyes, very arrogantly. Qin Fan originally wanted to push Xiaoju's head back. But then I thought, in fact, there is no need to keep secret the fact that he successfully contracted with the Dragon Clan. Sooner or later it will be known. And the important thing is that Qin Fan believes that he has the power to protect himself. With Xiaoju here, as long as he is not facing a rank 3 powerhouse, he can survive safely. He simply didn't cover it up and let the little dragon cub stare at the teachers with his round golden eyes. Gawu. Staring and staring, the little dragon cub even let out a warning cry. It's just that this cry is too cute, and it can't make the people around you not afraid at all, but also laugh. I suddenly regretted it. Yoon sighed. The other teachers stared blankly at the little dragon cub showing off its power to them, and sighed softly. I regret it too. Holy shit. No wonder that Yalan offered such high conditions. He even did not hesitate to use a secret realm of resources to win over this champion. The emotion is because this dragon master is really contracted to be a dragon cub. And judging from the aura of this little dragon cub, it is sacred and majestic, definitely not what the lower dragons possess. At the same time, it was finally an eye-opener for them. It turns out that the legendary high-ranking dragon clan was actually so cute even in his childhood. If Chin Fan and Yalan knew what they were thinking, they would probably sneer. Cute. I'm afraid you haven't seen Xiaoju showing his shaking the sky attitude. By then I guess you will only feel desperate instead of cute. Nanzhou Province, Kangfang Mountains. This is a place with beautiful mountains and clear waters, and it is also a place of private resources that belongs to a certain wealthy family. Now, under a snow-white waterfall that was flowing down, a young man of about 18 years old sat cross-legged under the waterfall, letting the rapid water impact on him. The young man's body is extremely strong, and there are many scars on it. His skin is like bronze, and his face is like a square statue. His whole body exuded a ferocious aura like a wild beast. Soon, an old man with white hair in a suit walked from the bank nearby. He bowed his head to the young man very respectfully and did not disturb the young man's practice. Nearly 2 hours passed like this. The next moment, roar! Suddenly, a huge tiger beast with a height of 3 to 4 meters jumped out of the dense forest and grass nearby. Giant tiger with magic patterns. Level 28 ferocious monster. At this moment, the giant tiger with magic patterns opened its bloody mouth and bit into the young man sitting cross-legged in the waterfall. However, faced with this unexpected situation, the young man did not move at all. Crackling. But at this moment, under the rippling water of the waterfall, the sound of thunder and lightning suddenly sounded. Immediately, the old man was surprised to see that the dazzling power of thunder and lightning completely covered the entire water surface, and at the same time, it also enveloped the giant tiger with magic patterns that came from it. Just a moment, the demon-patterned giant tiger, which was enough to make many career changers suddenly change their expressions, fell directly into paralysis and coma under the violent thunder, and its huge body fell from the air. Wow! When the giant tiger with magic patterns was about to fall into the water, a huge dragon head covered with white scales poked out of the water, opened its huge mouth mercilessly, and swallowed up the giant tiger with magic patterns in one bite. Hold head high. After eating this giant tiger, the huge dragon body hidden under the deep water also surfaced at this moment. Soon, a white flying dragon with a height of tens of meters finally revealed its true appearance. The pieces of white dragon scales exude a cold and hard luster under the sunlight. The thick and powerful dragon claws seem to be sharp enough to tear everything apart. The thunder that surrounds it shows how extraordinary it is. What moved the white-haired old man even more was that there were 4 snow-white dragon wings behind this white flying dragon. 4-winged thunder dragon. A flying dragon with wind and thunder attributes. Xiaobai, sit down. And at this moment, the strong figure sitting in the waterfall also heard a deep voice. Boom! The 4-winged thunder dragon actually sat down obediently under the young man's words. And the whole body began to emit dazzling white light, and soon it shrank to the size of a cat. It seems that all dragons have the skill of dragon transformation. But each dragon's dragon form transformation will also show different postures. Right now, this 4-winged wind thunder dragon also has 4 forms. The normal state of balanced wind and thunder attributes. Storm form, thunderstorm form, and the pet form in front of me. Hold head high. After the little dragon cub, who was called Xiaobai, chirped, it flapped its wings and came to the side of the strong young man. The strong young man also walked out of the waterfall, came to the shore, and took the towel from the white-haired old man. Mr. Bai, it will be time for you to go to Function Academy in a few days. The master asked me to inform you and let you pack your things. The full name of the young man named Bai Xiao is Bai Wushwang. Occupation is Beast Master. The level is level 25. His identity is the eldest son of the Bai family, and he is also very likely to be the future heir of the Bai family. To tell you why, naturally, it's because he is one of the few beast masters in the world who can have a flying dragon as a pet. As everyone knows, in this world, the dragon clan is divided into 5 levels. From low to high they are Earth Dragon, Flying Dragon, Yulong, Giant Dragon, and Holy Dragon. It is said that the dragon clan above the Holy Dragon is the legendary dragon. But humans have never seen it. Now, even if you look around the world, there are only a handful of beast masters who can contract with flying dragon species. And the number of beast masters who have successfully contracted with the sub-dragon species is no more than 5 fingers. As for the giant dragon and the holy dragon, sorry, no human being can enslave it. It is enough to show how bright the future of the young man named Bai Wushwang in front of him is. If nothing else happens, he has successfully contracted this extremely rare 4-winged wind thunder dragon, and he will definitely become one of the strongest beast masters in the future. Well, I understand, I will pack my things, Bai Wushwang said calmly. After drying his hair and putting on his clothes, he casually asked, who is the top pick in Nanzhou province this time? Is it Lin Chuling? Lin Chuling, a famous genius magical girl from Nanzhou province. Occupation is dark mage. When Bai Wushwang was a freshman or sophomore in high school, this girl was his fierce rival. After that, he got the dragon egg of the 4-winged wind thunder dragon. In order to incubate it, with the help of his family, he came to the Blue Wind Mountains. After a lot of hard work, he finally unearthed the A-level element called Wind Thunder Essence. Rare treasures of heaven and earth. This wind and thunder essence caused the Bai family to directly lose 7 level 50 job transferees. The reason was that when he entered the core area of the Blue Wind Mountains, he encountered a level 60 guardian monster. But fortunately, Bai Wushwang escaped death and came back with the essence of wind and thunder, and then successfully tamed the 4-winged wind and thunder dragon. In the next year, he devoted himself to practice here. At the same time, kill monsters with the 4-winged thunder dragon to upgrade. Bai Wushwang didn't care about missing the college entrance examination for job transfer. Now that he has a dragon pet, he thinks that changing jobs and taking the college entrance examination is just a child's play. He just lets this 4-winged wind thunder dragon do it. It doesn't matter whether you participate or not. And, because he successfully contracted with the 4-winged wind thunder dragon, he also obtained a special recruitment quota from the top 10 universities in the Dragon Kingdom in advance. There is no need to transfer to the college entrance examination to enroll. The final choice is Naturally Function University, which has the most abundant educational resources and the most talented people. There he will start a truly unparalleled career. He will use his 4-winged wind thunder dragon to crush all opponents in front of him. Whether it's Lin Chuling or other opponents, he will sweep them away mercilessly. Young Master Bai, the #1 scholar in Nanzhou province, is not Miss Lin Chuling, but a person named Qin Fan. The white-haired old man replied softly. Qin Fan. Bai Wushwang was completely stunned. He has never heard of that name. What is his profession? Back to Mr. Bai, his profession is a dragon master. As soon as these words fell, Bai Wushwang's expression suddenly froze. He stared at the white-haired old servant and said, "Tell me again, what is his occupation?" Back to Mr. Bai, his profession is a dragon master. Bai Wushwang. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.